Okay, whoa, how dare you? It's obviously hydrate. Get it right.
Okay.
I still remember.
uh, all right. Is everyone ready?
Yes.
Yep. Sir, yes,
Excellent.
sir.
All right, then let us begin. Last time on No Strings Attached, the party had made it to the bustling, gigantic city of Vimdurol. After learning about several various things about the lore and about the culture of the Vimdurolians, the party decided to make their way to the wizard Cesarite in order to get help on how to treat Az. His condition worsened as the party went up the flight of stairs, ascending into the Storm District of the city. After being let in on an urgent matter, the party had met with Cesarite after Sal and Cesarite had been reunited. Cesarite informed them that he would not be able to help, unfortunately. That is because he had to go to this war room with the King of Vimdurol. After giving the king's graces, the party had met up with an individual known as the Needlemaster, who fixed Az and proceeded to tell everyone of some unsettling implications. Will something bad happen in this episode? Find out! No strings attached. Oh my god, there was so much that happened last session. Oh my god. I could not get it all out. Holy
Dude,
shit.
I heard you like, oh my
There
god,
was so
fumbling.
much.
Oh no.
I could not fit all of that in a minute. Oh my god.
Stumbling to be like, I gotta get everything in. I gotta spout it all out
Well,
at
because
once.
I was like, I have
Take
to
a
talk. I
breath.
have to talk about Cesarite. I have to
Sit.
talk about him reuniting. I have to talk about the war room. Oh my god, the Needlemaster. There's 30 seconds left. Okay. No, this is the
You
wrong
should probably
music.
get that music on a loop. You can get a loop of
No,
that
I
of
can't
that
loop it.
song
I have to do
specifically.
it. I have to do that song in 1 minute, one take only. That's how it works. Okay. We pick up where we left off last session. Everyone was having dreams.
Yes.
Who's that?
Let's see. If my memory serves, we had done Violin's dream, we had done Esther's
Yes.
dream, and we had done Luca's dream. Which means a certain somebody hasn't had a talk yet. So, Amdar,
Yes.
as you fall asleep, you mean to get into contact with someone, yes?
Yeah, I do.
So, what are you trying to do sort of like before you fall asleep? Any sort of ritual? Are you just gonna like knock the
I
fuck
am
out and
going.
hope for the best? What's the plan here?
I am going to. Let me check my spell list real quick. I need to check what spells I have available and have prepared. Just give me a moment. I gotta open my character sheet.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Okay, I know I have Zone of Truth. Protection from good and evil will work at all. I honestly, I'm just gonna do a simple Zone of Truth right on my bed. And I'm gonna purposely fail the saving throw as I go to sleep.
Okay. You fall asleep
I think.
and Amdar, you are having a nice dream. I mean, you're back in your city, and in your dream, you sort of go through alleyways and areas, and you see the sights of Vimdurol. It's not exactly perfect, but what kind of dream representation of reality truly is? I mean, buildings sort of warp around and kind of just flit in and out of existence, and you see, as you're walking through here, your hand wearing the ring.
Mm-hmm.
You see your hand begins to twitch a little. The fingernails elongate into claws, and a black fur begins to jut out of your clothes. And this fur begins to crawl up your arm. It crawls further up and up and up and up until it's entirely to your shoulder. Amdar, you feel that arm begin to pull your body to the left. Are you going to do anything?
I am going to ease along with it, but I'm gonna stop myself before I do something stupid.
Yeah, as you kind of
Drink or
ease
whatever.
along into it, and you sort of stop yourself, and as you do, your body begins to tear itself in half. You feel skin ripping, and eventually you see another half of yourself. However, Amdar, as you sort of look back to your body, it's perfectly intact. And when you look back up to the other half, standing before you is no longer a reflection of yourself. Standing before you is a beast. A horrifying, disgusting beast. Its fur jet black. It has 3 sets of tusks that protrude from its horrible face. Black wings sprout from its back. You've never seen something like this before. Its hoggish features are terrifying. It stands much taller than you, and he looks down.
Well, Amdar, nice to meet you.
I'm going to be honest, I didn't expect this.
Nobody does.
He puts his left hand out. You can see
I don't wanna
he's
shake
wearing
his
the
hand.
ring.
Oh, come on, Amdar. Aren't we friends? At least we're business partners.
Well, I hate to decline, but I'd rather not shake a hand before we've discussed what our agreement even was.
Oh, this isn't
there
a
any-
matter of agreement. This is a matter of respect. But if you don't want to do the polite thing,
And he just puts his arm back.
Well, surely you can understand not wanting to shake the hand of someone you made a deal with recently. It's very, it'd be, well, very, what's the word? Reckless of me, wouldn't you say?
you sort of have a habit for doing that, don't you? But I get it.
I'm trying to cut back on the habit. Crow, is there anywhere for, like, to sit down? doing
I
this over-
mean, there are like shops and things around you. You don't see anybody in there, but yeah, you can
Well,
like you could sit down somewhere.
well, since you care about being all civilized, let's go sit down at one of these places, shall we?
Of course.
And you sit down, you hear the terrible clop, clop, clop of his hooves against the stone. And the two of you sit down. You can see that when he touches this chair, he sits in it, and it begins to morph into a very ornate looking throne almost. And then he sits down,
Well,
crosses his leg, and he folds his hands together.
What would you like to
so
discuss?
you know my name. You know my name. What's yours?
Oh. My name roughly translates to Targalon in your common tongue.
Bro, I need you to repeat that without the accent. I didn't. I'm so sorry.
I will not only repeat it for you, I will also spell it out.
Thank you.
Targalon is his name.
Thank you. It was just Targalon. I have never heard of you, which, considering the ring, I'm sure you've been stuck for a while.
Oh, I have.
Who was the person before me? I have to ask.
What do you mean, person before you?
I'm just under the assumption that I'm not your first person to make a deal with.
Oh no, there's a first time for everything, Amdar. Oh, uh,
Well, what do you want? We made this deal, what, 3 weeks ago? Two? Something along those lines.
yes.
We never necessarily clarified what you wanted when you meant, you help me and I help you. It was very rushed, I must say. So,
Of course. Well, when you're standing at the metaphorical foot of something stronger than you, your life barely hanging on as it is, you sort of get caught up in the moment, don't you?
yes, must admit, more kilo was quite the fright, and I must thank you for getting me out of that.
Yes, Monkilo is. Well, she does have a sort of reputation that precedes her. Can't say I've met the broad myself, but you know, sort of being the god of death and all doesn't have a sort of positive connotation. No, I simply want assistance in my endeavors.
And what exactly would those be? I would like you to clarify.
I would like to procure blood. Very simple.
Any particular sources of it that you very care for? Any people you would like me to specifically get it from? Anything.
Oh, humanoids would be preferred. Fresh ones at that. Yes,
Oh.
they are quite tasty. And I think you'll see some benefit as well. The more blood I have, well, the more lucrative our agreement becomes.
So, the more benefits I get, this is an interest type of thing.
Well, I wouldn't say interest. That implies that you can get behind on payments.
Fair point.
The only kind of payment you'll be making is when I get hungry. And I don't think you plan on letting me go hungry.
Of course not. I reckon in this very business of mine, what I'm dealing with, the group I'm dealing with, I won't have very much time between giving you meals.
Oh no. I like adventurers. They they love to get blood splattered all over themselves. It creates this wonderful little pact, shall we say. Now, as you can tell, and he like stretches. As you can tell, I'm not exactly a devil. You know the difference between a devil and a demon, don't you, Amdar? You're not one of those backwaters religious folks.
Oh, most certainly not, or I would have walked straight to the church.
No. So, I
There is
am.
there is one thing
Oh,
I would like to
yes.
request.
What's this request of yours?
I've noticed the habit of yours to suddenly think whenever you think, I presume, that there's some what's to say danger in a situation, you have the habit of trying to, well, take this, and I gesture it with my left hand.
Oh, I'm not taking that. I'm just simply, acting on instinct.
Well, this draws the question of how much of me do you have dominion over?
I don't have dominion over any of you.
I'll take your word for it.
I can't
So,
make you do something you don't want. That's the whole nature of this thing. If I could force mortals to do whatever I wanted, then, well, I wouldn't exactly be here bargaining with you, would I?
that's a very fair point.
Yes. Ugh.
Mm.
So, did you want to write up a contract or something? Did you just
I
want
would
to?
very much,
Well,
I'd very much like something on paper, actually.
well, it's going to be quite a long time since we can formulate one of those, especially since an Arcanoloth is incredibly hard to find this time of year, or any time of year for that matter. But I'm sure
Well,
you can find something.
I will, and I'm pretty sure just a handshake will suffice, don't you think?
Oh
At
no.
least for now. Just for now.
Handshakes like that aren't binding.
Shit.
No. In order for it to be binding, there needs to be an unbiased third party. Which, henceforth, the Arcanoloth that I mentioned, that's how we do things down there. Until you can get your hands on an Arcanoloth or something we both agree can write up a damn good contract, well, we're just going to have to take each other's word.
Well then, I think we're done here, aren't we then? At
I
least for now.
suppose we are, unless you have something else you'd like to ask. I am an open book.
That snake we fought earlier,
Yes.
you know who I'd say. I'm worried. I
About.
don't. I find it very odd that that seemed to arise right when it did. And you're inside that pile of treasure for quite some time, as I recall. I hope you
Oh,
weren't,
I
but I
went
figured.
from I went from pile to pile to pile to pile.
Is there anything I should be worrying about regarding that?
Hmm. You said it was a snake. Yeah. What did this snake look like?
Well, besides being gigantic, um, it was a naga of sorts,
A
and what
naga.
else?
Oh. And let me guess, you cut its head off.
No, we didn't. In fact, I caved its skull in, but that was the farthest I got.
Oh, well. Yes, I remember getting something like that.
He licks his lips.
Hmm. Tasted good. Well, I can't wait to be tasting that later. You might want to look into it.
I think I will.
Because
Now that
I
you
don't
mention it.
think. I think you're in for quite a surprise, Amda. I think you're in for quite a surprise. Yes.
Well,
Uh,
um,
oh, one last thing from my end. I wouldn't try that cute little zone of truth thing you did. That doesn't work here.
so
Save your
it
magic.
was just worth it. It was worth it to test, at least.
Oh, I'm aware. Listen, there's a big stigma that demons and devils can't sort of make a good deal, but we've been known to uphold our end of the bargain. Sometimes to a fault. But that's
Well,
neither here nor there.
I must say, I expected you to act very different considering what's been going on. I'm impressed, surprisingly.
Impressed by what?
But
My civility.
actually, very much so. The appearance does not very much. It eludes from that.
Oh, I know my appearance certainly does give people an opinion of me. But that's the thing. Appearances can be quite deceiving, especially, well, those who look small and weak. Sometimes those tend to be the most powerful ones. I'd be
You
wary
have
of
given me. You've given me actually just the thought.
that.
That man, you remember who? He moved you. He moved me. What do you think of him?
I think he's funny. Oh, he's a funny little man, playing with powers that are far beyond his comprehension, but at least he knows to keep it hidden. I can't imagine all the hell that would break loose if he got out.
What do you mean got out? Can't you just leave?
Oh, he can leave, but I don't think the world wants him to leave. There's a reason that library's been gone for so long, Amdar. You mortals are
I'll look
always
into
up
that
to
tonight.
something else.
Well, what is this after all? I'm not going to tell any of my acquaintances about you.
I'm
So,
sure. I don't know how they'd be. Uh, oh,
well, I think Luca would understand. Velin would. I don't know. Don't know many of them very well, actually. But
well, maybe you
we should.
should get to making friends.
Yes, I'll try. But we should conclude business, shouldn't we?
Of course we should. Anyway, you still scared to shake my hand?
And he puts his left
No.
hand back
I
out
just
there.
got- No, I was actually just about to propose that, and I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna grab his hand. We're gonna give him a steady handshake. Yeah.
As you grip his hand, you can like feel your strength giving you a bit of a grip, Amdar, and then you feel the crushing weight of his hand begin to just absolutely like dwarf yours. And as he gets up from his chair, he looks down at you.
Yes, a good hearty handshake.
And you wake up, Amdar. There's a slight pain in your left hand, very sore. But other than that,
Surprisingly,
you seem well rested.
not a bad guy. Surprisingly, not a bad guy.
Not a bad guy at all. Not a bad guy at all.
Guys, I like him so much. He's so cool. Xavier, I'm just saying this. If he's pleasant, that means he's probably really bad.
Alrighty. So, I believe everyone's woken up at this point. But
Yahoo!
I would like, as everyone's waking up, to. Not everyone. Luca, when
Hi.
you woke up from your dream, you had a present at the foot of your bed.
It did indeed.
Would you like to open it?
Sure, why not?
Luca, as you unravel the ribbon, as you tear away the paper, and you open this tiny little box, you see another box, smaller, almost like a jewelry box. Velvet case, you know, it's flocked, very nice looking. And you see a curious symbol on the on the top of it.
Would I recognize this symbol?
You would actually. Can you roll me a history check to see where you recognize it from?
Yeah, of course. Sorry, pulling up this page right now.
Of course.
Okay. That will be. Oh, I'm really good at history. Okay.
Huzzah.
21.
Great. Luca, you remember that a lot of what Silas wore, a lot of his jewelry, and a lot of his magic had a symbol that was very, very distinct. Not an arcane symbol by any stretch of the word, but something else. The symbol, which I have drawn a crude approximation of on a sticky note in the art channel for you to view, is
Huzzah!
lined in gold on the top of this black box. Would you like to open it?
Yes.
And as you do, Luca, you see on a plush sort of bed is a pair of shiny, glossy dice. Black dice. As you hold them in your hand, they look to be made of obsidian with gold numbering. But where the 1 should be is that same symbol on the top.
Odd. Quite odd. What does he want now?
In any case, I assume everyone wakes up.
Yep. Roll
yes,
the
sir.
dice, Luca. Roll the dice, Luca. They'll explode. Don't do that.
Everyone awakens, and you're all brought breakfast by various stewards and things.
Oh.
I assume you all get ready and sort of meet up.
Yes.
Yep. I
The loot.
pocket dice and tell no one about it.
Of course.
Sorry.
Amdar.
Oh, bless you.
looking,
You're good.
Bless you. Amdar's looking surprisingly fresh this morning. It's looking very fresh.
Of course. As you all get together, you see Sal and Cesarite as well.
Yay.
Hello, my friends. Good morrow to thee. How are we feeling this morning?
Well, I got
I'm
my
feeling-
daily sleep. I'm feeling quite well.
Wonderful.
Morning.
I'm feeling.
Yes, morning.
Yes. So, I was hoping that you four might be able to possibly meet my son today. I actually, due to your interference in the meeting, Amdar, as a matter of fact, the king is actually set off a new course of action, and he's going to be contacting the hill giants today. So I am free of meetings. I'm free of any sort of shall we say,
Obligations?
conflict. Yes, obligations. Thank you. So
Well, I'm very, very glad I could help.
yes. In any case, he's a wonderful swordsman and an even better wizard. So I was hoping that you four would be able to join me and we would go meet him. I haven't seen him in too terribly long, even though he is still in the city. I've been sort of absorbed in my work as of late.
Of course. You know, Esther immediately lights up at the mention of his son being a wizard, and she just she clasps her hands and goes, "What kind of wizard is he?"
As a matter of fact, he practices the ancient elvish art of blade singing, sort of a merriment of elven technique, a sort of bardic casting, much like yourself, Villain, and wizardry.
Wow.
Some might
Perks
call
up
him a
at
jack of
swordsmanship.
all trades. In any case,
Perks up at swordsmanship.
what were you saying, Amdar?
Perks up at swordsmanship.
Jingle, jingle,
I'm
swordsmanship.
perking it.
Of course,
Jingle,
I
jingle.
don't want to keep any of you four from any sort of commitments that you have. So if there's any business that you would rather attend to, please do not sort of feel obligated to come join me.
Oh,
Well, I don't have any plans for today.
Me neither.
all the
Nor
plans
do I.
I have can be pushed back.
Of course. Well, then, I believe that I will make preparations then. I'll leave you two with Sal then, of course. And Cicerate darts off, much like Bib.
You go right ahead.
That was
Any
funny.
case, yeah.
Velan,
Yes?
well, ants went off, and well, I can't use this yet. So, Amdar's gonna like pull open the little like test cavity of Robot Amdar. He's gonna grab that staff that ants gave us, the staff of insect swarms.
Ooh.
I think this would be best suited in your hands. Just please don't break it. It's Ans's, and he's gonna like hand it to you very gently.
Aw, I will take the utmost care of it. Thank you,
Aw.
Amdar.
Summon
What is it so that I can write it in my inventory?
Staff of insect swarms. I think.
Yes, the staff of swarming
Staff
insects, I believe.
It's staff of swarming insects.
Yes.
My bad.
Swarming.
That
As
could
you do
prove
that,
useful.
Sal sort of looks at you all. He steps forward. He says, "Well, I think that it is goodbye then, you four."
Oh, you're going.
Goodbye.
Yes, well, Haz is safe, and well, I have a flower shop I need to run.
Aw.
Well, then this is the perfect time for this. One of the other things Ants gave, and you're going back to Ralnas anyways, so you should be able to deliver this to him when he decides to come back. You run a flower shop, so this should prove useful. I'm gonna grab that little amulet that casts plant growth. Grabbing that.
Aw.
Oh,
Yay.
Amdar,
That's
I
so
can't
sweet.
possibly accept this from you.
Well, as I recall, Az also wants to help with the flower shop, and this is my way of paying my debt.
Oh.
I owe him, after all.
Very well. Then I will accept
And
your
plus, I have
gift
to say goodbye to
graciously.
you. Plus, I have to say goodbye to you, Sal. I just, been a while.
It gets to Ants being like, boy, I can't wait to get my plant amulet back.
There's a reason I exclusively said that when you leave, Sal will give it to you. There's a reason I exclusively said that.
No, I
Alright.
know. No. I completely agree with this decision. I'm not gonna lie, the plant growth thing was completely unnecessary. It's more of a flavor thing.
He sort of looks at you all and he says, "Can I ask for one thing before I go?"
Of course.
Can I have a
Go
hug?
right ahead. I was going to give you one without you asking, actually. You didn't have a choice in this. Give him a hug.
All right.
Hug. Group hug.
Dog.
Group hug. Everyone's
Sal
it's like
hugs you all, including you, Esther. Get in there. Come on.
Oh,
Get in
oh,
there.
oh.
He
Like, grab
beckons you.
Esther and,
He
like,
beckons
drag
you
her to
into
the
the hug.
hug.
He's like, "Come on, you help too."
Just don't crush the old man, everybody. Don't crush him.
Don't worry. I think I'm a lot stronger than you give me credit for.
Guys, I'm pretty sure he probably has a higher strength score than all of us.
He's really, really buff.
He's like Master fucking Roshi. Okay, he was a paladin. Remember that, guys. He was a paladin.
Oh my god! Now just imagining mutant Roshi Sal. Anyway,
Are you taking Az back with you?
oh yes, I'm taking him back. He should be coming out shortly. And you see running down the hall, toothbrush in his mouth. Grandma! Is it Oh, sorry. He like
Spit that out, Az.
slips
Spit it
into
out.
a room. And he
What a goof!
comes back.
What a goofball.
Grandpa, I can't find my sorry. What's happening here?
You're leaving.
Oh, yes.
I'm
Sorry I
gonna give him
didn't.
a hug. Catching him in the middle of him.
And he gives you a one-armed hug back.
Fuck. Forgot he has no one. You free.
Oh my god, I forgot he has one arm. Oh shit.
I want to give Az a big, big hug, snuggle
Everyone
hug.
give him
You know,
hug,
noogie
Kyle.
on the head.
Phelan, stop.
I'm
Be able
gonna
to-
miss you.
Oh, well, you can always come visit.
Well, you'll have to send me a letter letting me know how your flower shop is doing.
Okay. I hope you all come visit.
Of
Of course.
course.
It's, I mean,
Oh.
going from being mind controlled to this is gonna be a lot less interesting without you four.
Oh, Az.
As just spend your life how you want it, okay? Don't
That's the
worry about
plan.
us. I'll keep these guys alive. Probably.
Okay, I see how it is. I'm trying my damnness, Amdar.
Oh, don't worry.
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry again.
Oh,
Ramu and Ralnas are getting left behind.
No, it's okay.
I'm fine, guys. I'm just fucking.
Sal and Az
Oh,
give you all one last hug, and they end up walking out of the castle, and they head on their way back to Ralnas.
Oh.
And yeah,
Andrew's like wiping his eyes a little bit.
Yeah, me too.
oh,
Cue to like random picture of like Velan and Amdar hugging and like crying a shit ton.
I
Luke
was
is, like,
gonna say,
judging
like,
y'all.
Violet gives him like a little pat on the shoulder.
There he was.
They're there.
What the fuck?
in any case, so what does the party do now?
The
What
party.
a wonderful question.
How long did Cesarite say he'd take?
Cesarite, he said he would be a couple
Couple minutes.
minutes.
assuming. So I feel like after this, does anyone wish to go to some local tavern and have a night just to ourselves? Just to relax and let loose just a little bit. We haven't had one of those moments in a while.
Sounds wonderful. Haven't danced for the city in a while. Might as well.
Oh, also, Luca, I have the vague question to ask you of, do you you have any requests for being made, I have a lot of time in my room these nights, and I need something to keep myself busy. Basically, if Luca needs anything made or like crafted, I got you. I got you.
I mean, not that I can think of at the moment.
Well, if any of you have any requests, just ask. I need something to do. Else you'll never find me again, and I'll just be lurking in some random corner of the fire ward, okay? I need something to do.
Good God, Xandar.
Look, when I'm not risking my life and dying for the second time of my life, I'm needing something to keep busy.
Oh, well, pick up a hobby or something. I can teach you the dance if you want.
I'll take you up on that offer tonight.
Alright.
Guys, little does Luca know. I have a +5 to performance. Little does Luca know. I know how to dance.
And as you both discuss this, Cesarite comes back and he's holding several scroll cases and a book. And he says, "Well, I do believe that I'm ready to set forth. Are you four in a position to?"
Yes, of course.
Wonderful. Excellent.
Oh, certain.
Quite ready.
Incredible. Then we shall head off. And he begins to take you outside of the castle and into the city as a whole.
So, Cesarite,
Yes.
this son of yours, when you say he's good at swordsmanship, how good?
Oh, I would say he's exceptional. Of course, there's always room for improvement, but I think that his name is Elaine, by the way. I do believe that he is quite exceptional.
Well,
One of the best
I'm having to ask.
swordsmen I've ever met.
I'm having to ask because I, in particular, surprise, surprise, everybody, I'm feeling slightly lacking on the sword front, you might say. Sure, I hit very hard. That's kind of my main thing. But you know, those weird like twists and turns. What it's called a parry of some sorts. I'm not very good at those.
Yes, of course.
Is there any chance I could convince him to, well, teach me?
Well, I'm sure that Elaine would be more than happy to show you the odd sort of movement or whatever you might need assistance in. I'm sure that Elaine would. Um, I'm sure that he's in a position where he can begin teaching you at least the basics of swordplay.
I'm building up my empire of swordplay. Yes.
What did I miss? I'm so sorry.
Cesarite is taking you all to Elaine.
Hey,
And
You also
B,
missed
you are
Death
right.
and
No
y'all know
ease.
about Elaine?
No
My
ease.
bad. My bad.
Yep, I know I'm right because I wrote that shit down.
One of these days, I'll come
You're
out with
right.
the no strings attached name
Name list, so
pronunciation and
everyone can
spelling
actually
guide.
just like pin that shit. Give it a whole channel. Actually, give it a whole channel to itself.
In any case,
Very
Never
important.
forget.
in any case, Cesarite actually begins taking you all to the Frost Ward of the area. You see that there are not super tall buildings per se, but lots of fortifications and areas that most of the guard sort of lives in. Cesarite says, "Yeah, I asked Elaine whether or not he would like to spend his time here or possibly back at home, but he specifically requested that he test his skills among the guard of Imdrol, so, sort of to broaden his horizons, shall we say. And I think he's been doing quite an excellent job." Cesarite eventually brings you all up to this sort of training grounds. You see that there's a sort of area that is fenced off from the main part of the city. There's netting that is put up around it so as like flying helmets or other larger things don't fly off and hit someone in the face. Regardless, Cesarite, he takes you all through, and you see this elven man fencing what looks to be a heavily armored guard of Vimdural, an orc, you presume. And he is locked in combat. You can see that he is absolutely cooking this man up. This orc's movements are sloppy and tired, while this elf is moving gracefully, and eventually you see him flick the helmet off and point the rapier right at his neck.
Amdar
my.
has a giant smile.
He puts it down, gives a bow, and says, "I win." You see the
Oh
orc
my.
also laughs.
Good job today, lad.
And Elaine says, "Oh, thank you." Also, for those in the audience, Elaine trains shirtless. Just to let you all know.
Why would you say?
Because it's canon.
Oh my god!
Guys,
After that, the
I need to be
she's
muted.
not seeing the ship.
He Elaine steps forward and he says, "Oh, hello, father. Fancy seeing you around here. I thought you were still doing meetings." "Well, typically I would be, son, but circumstances brought on by the force standing behind me have allowed me to take this rare opportunity to see you training." Elaine says, "Ah, wonderful. I'm glad that you could stop by. And who are these for?" He steps
Gulp.
past his father and he looks at you all. "Elaine Ferratu, Tyvish swordsman and, well, blade singer. And we have
Amdar. I'm gonna go.
Amdar."
I'm going to shake his hand. I'm gonna shake his hand. Shake his hand.
He shakes your hand back.
Good. Earn my respect.
Who else do we have here? He looks at you,
Oh.
Velen. A drow?
The fumbling one's Luca.
Amdar, that's not very nice.
Yes, well,
Excuse
it's
me.
very obvious at this point.
Excuse me. Use some. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Valen, please continue.
You interrupted my introduction.
My bad.
So
He
improper. of
kind
you.
of curtsies a little bit and says, "My name is Velan Colium."
Nice to meet you, Miss Colium. He takes your hand, kisses it. And the fumbling one, I presume? He chuckles a little.
Not the fumbling. Sorry. My friend here is quite rude.
Oh, I can
My
see
name
that.
is Lucas Hawthorne.
Hawthorne? The name sounds familiar. Tyvish?
Yes. I don't know, Crow.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
You were
yes.
part of a Tyvish noble house,
Got it.
which means you are from the country of Tyvon.
Yay. Yes, yes, of course.
Ah, wonderful. Then perhaps I've met somebody related to you at some kind of social event, at some, you know how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Glad to have somebody who understands the socialite life. And we have. And he gestures to you, Esther.
Um,
Esther. She does like a little kind of half curtsy. She's heavily averting her eyes. She has a hand covering her face. Fuck no.
You need not cover your face. I need to cover my chest. And he sort of snaps his fingers, and that same orc from earlier is like patting his head down with a towel, gives Elaine a shirt. And Elaine, puts it on. There. Is that to your liking, Miss Esther?
Yeah, she like sighs a little brotherly. Yes, my apologies.
Oh, it is all right. I know that Tyvish customs aren't exactly for everybody, so regardless, it is nice to meet all four of you, and I appreciate the work you've done to allow me and my father this bonding time, shall we say.
Well, we had our own purposes for interrupting that meeting.
Of course. I'm sure you did. Now, please do. You four seem to be adventurers of some kind. Is that not a sort of inaccurate summation?
Well, nice.
Not inaccurate at all.
Well, partially. We kind of got swooped up into this, but yeah.
Well, if you'll allow me to. Sorry, if you will indulge me later, I would love to hear a recounting of these events.
Of course.
We'd love to, actually.
Splendid.
Sounds lovely.
Over tea?
Tea, of course. Only the best way to talk.
Or the best way to gossip?
Oh, I like the way you think.
And as he is laughing, you guys notice his canine teeth are slight fangs almost.
Oh my goodness.
In any case,
I'm sorry.
my break is
damn that.
almost finished, so if you'll excuse me, I have to hydrate. Good day. And you see him sort of run over to sort of into this complex.
The urge to follow him. I want to follow him all of a sudden.
And Cesarite sort of goes to sit down.
That was surprisingly short, Cesarite.
Oh, don't worry. We'll be seeing another one of his what is it? We'll be seeing him perform.
Form.
Yes. Well, blade singing is taking sort of from the bardic tradition. Not only teaches one to combat, but also teaches one to sort of dance with it. It is a very fanciful sort of sword play. Actually, it is performed by two of the leaders of the sort of Kingdom of Tyvan and the Kingdom of Uehua every century at a masquerade ball.
Bro,
she
would you
perks up.
stand up?
Esther immediately perks up.
Did someone say masquerade?
Yes, it's
Just random question.
a wonderful time. I've not ever been myself. What's the question?
Well, would I know what blade singing is? Would Amtar know in particular?
I mean,
Am I
you've
from- am I
probably
from-
heard of blade singing at some point, but you never took the time to study it per se.
What elf kingdom am I from again? I don't remember.
You're from Tyvan.
Okay, just check. Just check.
Yeah, I
don't
mean, you've
remember.
heard of blade singing because you have done magical research, but you wouldn't have looked too far into it. In any case.
In any case,
In any case,
In any case.
Cicerate sits down. He begins opening up scrolls, and he is studying them. And Elaine walks out. If I could have each of you make a perception check.
Sir, yes, sir.
And
That's a dirty 21.
Okay.
I'm good at this. I have a +6.
That's a nat 21.
Another 21.
And
Damn.
can Velan round it out with 4 21s?
And Velan, do it.
1 second.
Perception check
Going
for you,
once.
Velan.
It's crazy we all got 21.
No, where'd it go?
Please be a 21.
It'd be so funny if that was a
Sorry,
21.
hold on.
The
Eh.
chances of that are so infinitesimally small.
So
funny.
I apologize. I got a
No.
24.
Oh,
Well,
girl
props
was
for
too
doing
good
higher,
for
props
y'all.
for
Girl
doing
was
higher.
too good for y'all. In any
I'm
case,
too
Seriously
perceptive.
good.
Sorry.
you all notice that Elaine is sort of petting his mouth with a handkerchief of some kind, and he just sort of discards it. And as he discards it, you see that it is oddly a deep red color.
Oh!
Maybe he got a nosebleed, guys.
He's
Maybe
having
he
his
got a
mouth.
nosebleed.
Now, that is not to
I'm
say
assuming.
that it was a white handkerchief and it is
Oh,
stained to a
true.
deep red color. That is to say the entire handkerchief is a deep red color.
Amdar
Interesting.
is slowly piecing things together in a very weird way. He's
And-
speculating at this point.
Elaine comes out, picks up his
Oh.
rapier, and a different orc comes out, and they begin their dance. You hear music off on the side. A dulcet violin plays, and you see that Elaine dances around his opponent. Amdar, you recognize a lot of the combat parts of his movements. You can really tell the way that by he's shifting his weight and the openings he's creating, that this is a tactically sound method. But Luca, as a dancer, you can also appreciate the fact that his choreography and footwork are immaculate. The way he shifts his weight and really does look beautiful in combination with this sword play. You can tell that this is a choreographed dance between him and his opponent rather than just them kicking each other in the face or something. Velan as a
He's
bard.
appreciating it, all right.
Velan as a bard, you're focusing in on the music as well as the fact that Elaine is stepping in time. He is not doing anything sort of out of sync. He is, by all accounts, dancing. And Esther, you would be appreciating the magical usage of spells and all of that if Elaine had a shirt on.
Staring at the
You
shirt.
are kind of just like avoiding eye contact.
Yeah.
I am not.
Yeah, we
And
know.
and as Elaine finishes with another flourish, he once again disarms his opponent, and they can do nothing but kneel before him. I win again.
I want to duel this guy.
He throws the rapier, and it lands perfectly in front of him, and he helps the man up.
That's right.
Yes.
It's very common for challenges to happen over here. Is that at all possible?
From what I've heard. Yes. What are you sort of implying, my friend?
Well, if I'm To try and convince this man to teach me, I must figure out how good he is, shouldn't I?
I
It's
suppose
very,
that
it's a very one,
I
it's a very
suppose
wonderful display, but I want to fight him.
I suppose
I want
it's
to
not
get
the
his.
worst idea anybody's heard of. Um, are you sure though that? Wait, are you implying that you would like to fight the boy?
Andrew's just gonna look at him. He has like a really wide smile on his face. Very much along those lines. Very much.
I suppose that such a challenge wouldn't be entirely unfounded, but you know, so long as the proper precautionary measures are in place.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not going to try and kill him. I just hope he doesn't kill me by accident.
No, I don't think that the goal of this training is to kill somebody.
I sure hope so. Mm. Crow, 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 crow.
Yes, hello, it is I, the Crowman of Mystery.
Is this a horrible idea? Is this a good idea?
I
I
think it's a
can't
great idea.
I can't
I'm
tell you
not
if it's a
sure.
bad idea or not.
I think it's a great idea. Amber's gonna stand up.
Okay.
He's gonna go to like, you know how like I'm assuming they're like fighting in like kind of like like some kind of like obviously there's like what's the environment looking like? I'm
Well,
like assuming
it's just
it's
sort
like
of
a
this,
decently open area
yeah, a decently open area, sort of flat.
with like some like then like the sides of around it are like slightly like there's like ceilings over it. I don't know.
Well, there
Just
isn't really
imagine
a
you're like
ceiling
very
over it. There's like fencing that exists, and then behind that fencing is sort of like bleachers almost, where Cesarite and the rest of the party are sitting.
I'm gonna walk down the bleachers one step at a time, and I'm gonna lean on the fence. Elaine,
His ear perks up and then he looks over. Yes, Amdar, was it?
yes, it was. Ah, well, I'm very much impressed, but would a challenge be disrespectful?
Oh, not at all. Come on.
Well, just to keep things fair, I'm gonna snap my finger, and the robot's just gonna stop moving.
Yep. Metal Amdar
A proper,
ceases.
very, a very proper 1v1.
Very well.
Guys, I am not getting with Elaine. I will clarify that. I'm gonna clarify that right now.
No, I know what
I'm
you
gonna
are.
I'm gonna fucking get.
I know what
I
you
know
are.
what you are.
I would never do that. Never do that. Guys, I'm a married man. Okay.
I'm gonna start a rumor.
Okay, start a rumor.
Oh my goodness.
Serve the good gay one.
Oh
kidding, go
my
fight.
goodness.
Also, just to keep things a little fair. I am gay, but that's fair. Also, just to keep things a little fair, I'm gonna grab a singular strap and I'm gonna undo the half plate. I'm gonna
Okay.
undo it. We're going purely into this with our very, very, very bad. What would be my AC be at? What would my AC be at? I'm worried. We're gonna go with our very bad 16 AC. We're gonna go into this just like that.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, he sucked.
I was not expecting this.
You weren't expecting this. You
Let me
should have
see
been.
here.
You should have been. You gave me the perfect terrain to do a challenge, and you expected me not take it. It's perfect.
Hold on.
Well then, we should start, shall we?
I suppose that would make sense. Nothing you'd like to do
And
beforehand?
well, I would presume you don't want to be getting any preparation with spells, would you?
Do whatever you must.
Okay, I have the vague feeling that he wants me to now. I have a vague feeling this is Crow's way of telling me that I'm gonna get my ass beat.
I'm not telling you
So,
you're gonna get your ass beat. I'm just saying that's what Elaine
Perhaps getting
says.
rid of half of your class
Where?
members does not lend it to being a good comment.
we're just gonna go ahead and we're going to draw the flame tongue and activate it.
All right.
And that's it. That's all I'm doing at this point.
All right. Elaine just has his rapier out.
Roll
Anything
extra
else,
dice in.
Amdar, dear boy?
No, no, no.
All right. Wait.
I feel like I'm getting my ass beat, but I'm very intrigued about this. So we're doing it.
There we go. Okay. Amdar, as you step into this ring, you draw your flame tongue and activate it. Elaine looks at you with a bit of a smug expression. And as you hear a whistle, roll for initiative.
19.
19.
I know for damn fact he's rolling higher though. I know he is.
Excellent. That is an unnatural 20 on Elaine's front. Ah, all right. How much distance would you say would be in between you two?
We're gonna go ahead and just do a standard 30.
Great. Well, do. Bonus action, he's going to activate his blade song.
Perfect.
And do. Sorry, I really like the theme here. All right, and he is going to go up and just hit you with 2 simple melee attacks.
Okay.
So Amdar, attack roll. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. So that is a. Oh shit! I forgot to write down his proficiency bonus. Silly me.
I'm oddly giddy over here, guys. Just a little bit. Just a little
It's
We can
not
tell.
oddly.
Where's
We
my?
know why.
Here we go. That is a 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
And a 26 to hit.
That'll hit as well.
Great. You see that Elaine sort of just approaches you, and he begins sort of flourishing and flurrying his rapier along. And deals 16 piercing damage.
16. I expected a little bit more, actually, surprisingly. Okay. Bro,
Yes.
I took the damage.
Okay. Is there anything else? It's your turn.
Well,
so.
wait. Oh my god. I didn't hear you say.
I mean, that was
my
his
bad,
turn.
My bad. Okay, my bad. You had me. I was a little confused at the time. Okay,
Yeah,
what
no,
are my
you're good,
what
you're
are
good.
what are my little bonus action spells? What are my little bonus
Or wait,
action
I'm
spells?
sorry. That was 18 piercing damage. That's my bad.
18. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Oh fuck! I actually, you know how I'm using TNT Beyond?
Yeah.
I accidentally subtracted 18 again instead of just subtracting 2. Okay, I'm at 82. I'm at 82 now. I was like, why the fuck am I at 66?
Wait a minute.
Okay, there we go. Something ain't right here, guys.
Wait a minute,
We're
fellas.
gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna
Mhm.
do a bonus action branding smite.
Okay.
Then we're gonna go ahead and roll the hit. That is a 26.
That hits.
That is. 1 second. Flame tongue. Flame tongue is an extra 2d6, right? Yeah, it is. So that's 2, 3, 4. That's that plus 5. So that's 29 in the first hit, Crow.
29 damage.
In the first hit.
Okay.
And 2d6. I believe that was 6 of that is fire damage. Then
All right.
second swing incoming. It's a 25 hit. I'm scared he's gonna
Yes.
use shield. That's what I'm worried about. I'm scared about
A
shield.
25 does hit.
And that's fuck. That was a really bad roll. That's only 11 on the second one. I'm not gonna kill him, guys.
Sure
I'm
thing.
figuring Elaine's a good bit higher of a level than me. That's what I'm figuring. But yeah, it's just gonna be a little like it's gonna be a slash and then like a little like he's gonna like backhand him with the side of the blade on that second one.
Okay.
And that's my whole turn. That's it.
Great.
You know, guys, the more you root for Elaine, the more I'm gonna try and win. I planned on losing this, but you're not helping me.
Great. So.
There's meant to be a thing where like I earn his respect, and then that's how I get into the teaching thing. That's what this is always supposed to be.
Let me see here.
Just realized he's a wizard.
Because now I have to use my brain. Oh, wait. There it is. E. Where is E? There it is. Gotta make sure that I looped this. It is looped. Good. And where? Ah, there it is.
Crow, the chat is speaking. The chat has a question.
Yes.
Also, I'm very good at performance hydrate. I have a +5. It's just the fact how it isn't a
it's not
performance
that. No,
anymore.
the dance isn't more unstable. You can just tell that Elaine is fighting in double time now. Like before, it was a lot more relaxed. It's now just he's making more steps. You know. It's not less stable. In order for and you would probably know this, Violen. In order for blade singing to work, you aren't necessarily relying on your opponent to be moving in time with you. If you were, then that would be an incredibly like large weakness with the practice. However, you sort of find your own time to step to and work with. That your opponent just has to figure out. I'm trying to do a thing here, but I don't know if I can do it. Nah, it's A-okay. We'll be alright. Alright.
Use your
Now,
booming blade. Do it.
what was that?
Use booming blade.
Hmm.
Do it.
Bro's just like, do it.
Hit me harder. Oh no, that sounds so wrong. No. Oh,
I Amdar, I don't know what you're trying to do here, pal.
yeah, he's part.
All right.
That's so proud.
Let's see here. So he is going to. Wait a minute. Good idea. Maybe. Grr.
B's right. B is
Yeah.
right about that.
He is going to cast Booming Blade.
Yes.
Yes. And so, Amdar.
Yes.
Da 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 da. That hits.
Not 20.
Yes.
Perfect.
And that is, for his extra attack, a 28 to hit.
28 to hit. 28
Yes.
hits as well.
Wonderful.
Bro, booming blade's thunder damage, right?
To my knowledge.
Absorb elements. Which will half the which will half the thunder damage on your part.
Okay.
And it'll give me an extra 2d6 on my next hit of thunder damage specifically.
Okay. Bro is having the critical hit. Let's see here. Or wait a minute. It's having the thunder damage specifically.
Yeah,
Where
the
did
thunder damage specifically.
Okay.
Which, considering it's a critical hit, probably was a good idea.
Wanna hit. Yep. So you get hit with 6 plus, which equals. Hold on, I have to. Now I have to figure out all the effects individually of one another. And then let's see here. Target normal effects, and then becomes
Oh no, I'm making Crow do
spell
math.
increases, melee attack increases 1 extra. Okay, great. In terms of thunder, he's getting hit with. Oh, great. Which gets halved. Okay, I already halved that. So then, and then he has his extra attack, which does hit. So that is an additional 6. Yes. Great. So that is um da, 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 28 piercing damage.
Ooh.
And already halved 8 thunder damage.
So that's 36 total.
36 in total. Ugh!
We're still kicking, ladies and gentlemen.
And as a bonus action. Oh, wait a minute. Ah, I was getting this mixed up with something else. Ah, yes. Unfortunately, I was getting that mixed up with something else. But he still has a bonus action.
Is he a fighter, please? Excitement, real quick. Excitement.
How could I be so foolish? It's over here. There it is. He is going to cast Misty Step. Elaine teleports 30 feet away, and he then takes a couple steps back. And he just simply beckons you over, Amdar.
Okay, is it my turn?
It is your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna. Amdar is just gonna stand there for a second. He's processing what just happened. He's processing the booming blade. He's processing what Elaine did. And he's gonna pull hand axe from behind his back and chuck it at him.
Okay. Chucking your hand axe. That
Is it 24 hit?
Wait a minute. Unfortunately, he is not a monk, which would be cool, actually.
If he just grabbed and threw it right back at me? Yeah, that would be cool.
Hand axe. So, did you make that attack roll at disadvantage, Des?
Why is it in particular at disadvantage? Just real
Because
quick
you're
asking.
currently throwing from long range. You never said that
Ooh.
Amdar moved, so you would be throwing that hand axe into its long range, which would be up to
That's
60
a
feet.
fair point.
So
That's a
that would
fair
be at
point.
disadvantage,
That would be a disadvantage. Let me roll again.
of course.
You scared? The 23.
A 23.
I'm scared of that shield spell. I'm really scared of that shield spell.
Why are you so scared of it, Des? It's just a
'Cause-
simple shield spell.
I know it can make me miss.
It's not like it's going to cause you to miss that. Oh my god. Well, sorry, Des.
Maybe
As you throw your hand axe, Elaine puts his hand up, and a very brief eye appears in front of him, and your hand axe falls limply to the ground. And he waves his finger at you. I said come closer.
Little does Elaine know, I have a light crossbow in my back pocket. I'm gonna shoot him with that. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your fire. Okay. Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Now we have to do this. Light crossbow.
Oh.
You didn't load it. Unless you keep a loaded light crossbow on you.
Generally, would it be that far-fetched for Amdar, the guy all about preparation, to keep his crossbows loaded?
It would, because keeping your crossbow loaded like that not only creates a lot of stress on the crossbow, but is also very dangerous. Lest it fire.
You know, you're right about that. You're right about that. You're very right about that. Okay. I can risk it. I can risk it. Yeah, I can risk it. Just let me go look at this real quick. Let me go look at the spell real quick. Just real fast. Perfect, actually. Okay, that's perfect. I'm running at him.
Okay. Obviously, you're taking 2d8 thunder damage.
Yeah. This probably was.
Oh my god. Okay. Absorb elements. When does that?
At the start of your next turn. So it's gone. But my question is, when do you restart reactions?
What's up?
when do you redo reactions, like reaction spells?
Like,
When does a reaction
when can
recharge for
Elaine
you? Is it
use
the
his
beginning of
next
the-
reaction?
No, like I mean, like for you, does reactions recharge at the start of the round or at the start of a player's turn? I don't remember. Pretty
Ooh,
sure it's at
I'll
the start
have
of
to
a round,
double
though.
check on that. So your absorb
I'm
elements
figuring start of the round.
has been undone, yes?
Yeah. No longer
Okay.
have that half damage.
So then you're taking 16 thunder damage.
So the max, okay.
Yeah. Everyone sees Amdar starts to move forward, and he immediately gets blasted by shrill violin tones. Like, it's almost like someone took the bow and just like, almost like that riff in a horror movie that you hear. And Amdar, when do reactions happen? That is a very good question.
The thing is,
When you take a
Amdar's
reaction, you can't take
still-
another one until the start of your next turn.
So
if the
I can take
reaction-
a reaction right now.
If the reaction interrupts another creature's turn, that creature can continue its turn right after that reaction. Okay, so yes,
my reaction.
you have your reaction because it's the start of your next turn and you haven't taken a reaction thus far.
So, Pro. I have the damage. I'm using that reaction. I'm using that absorb elements.
Okay, so
And
that's
once again,
8
we're
thunder
using
damage.
a second. Once again, we're using a second level spell slot.
Okay.
Pro. With a 25 hit.
Yes, a 25 does
I
hit.
genuinely have. That is 1, 2, 3, 4d6 thunder damage. And 2d6 fire damage. And 1d8 slashing damage.
So you said 48 thunder, 2d6 fire,
35.
and how much?
And 1d8 slashing. Put all together, that is 35 damage.
Okay. How much was that thunder again? Like, how much did you deal with thunder damage?
Thunder damage, it was about 18.
Okay, have that.
Have that?
Or wait, no, I'm
So-
sorry, he can't have that. He already used his
He doesn't
reaction.
have a... What did he spend his reaction on?
Shield.
Oh, you're so right about that, actually.
I know I
Yeah.
am!
35 total.
Great.
Guys, I'm scared. I'm scared. I don't want to...
Amdar, you impact him with this blow, and as the smoke clears, Elaine is standing there. Oh, this is fun.
I gave him a worthy opponent. Yeah!
And
Amdar's grinning like a madman right now.
he is going to... Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
On my turn, do I have any bonus actions I can take? Let me just check real quick. I'm gonna cast Sanctuary on myself. I'm sorry.
Well,
Crow,
wait.
I know you hate that spell.
Sanctuary.
Sanctuary goes away when I hit someone.
You can't cast Sanctuary on this turn. You've already
let me
cast
check
Absorb
here.
Elements. So
you're
you
very
can't
right.
cast 2 leveled
Level
spells in a
spells.
turn.
You're very right about that, actually.
I
You're very
am.
right. Let me check. Oh, I should
So
have
no
brought the
Sanctuary
robot.
for
I should have
you.
brought- I should have brought the robot. I knew I should have. Just fireball me, Elaine. Just fucking fireball me at this point. Okay, yeah. But yeah,
Imagine
Never
Bro
said
does.
that you weren't bringing the robot. You just said that you just.
I can't do that now. I can't do that now. I'm
Oh,
giving him a
you
fair
can.
1v1. If I brought the robot in, it'd be so mean and unfair. I can't do that.
I mean, you
I'm not
can
gonna-
bring the robot in. I'm just saying.
I can, but I'm gonna lose all respect. So no, I'm not doing
No,
it.
that's on him for not focusing on that.
No, no. I am going to give him a fair 1v1. That's the end of my turn.
Great. I think we can all agree that 1d4 is a bit lackluster. Elaine. So, I'm sorry, Amdar. Did you notice his teeth?
I noticed his teeth.
Yeah.
I did.
So, as you get up in his face, Elaine has sort of a look in his eye. And 1 second he's in front of you, and 1 second he's at your neck. He's bitten you, Amdar.
Did he hit me?
He did. A natural
You
20
probably
does
hit the 16.
hit.
Oh yeah. It's just too. It's only. God damn it! Of course, it's a D4. It's only a D4.
No, I have done a bit of homebrewing with certain races.
Oh, it's a Dampier, just better, fun.
It's Dampier, but better. And he got a crit. So, and he can use his con instead of his strength.
Tell me the damage.
So, that is 14 piercing damage as Elaine bites into your neck.
Okay.
He then flits away in an instant, steps back,
He gained it.
and he just sort of looks at you, Amdar. This has been a spirited contest, my friend. Truly, it has been.
Amador's just like he's looking directly at Elaine with like a grin on his face.
And
He's gonna sheath the sword. He's gonna
Okay.
sheath the sword.
as you sheath the sword, you see not Amdar. Elaine was picking up his finger, and he began to. You saw a fire energy begin to spread around it, but as you sheath his sword, it goes away.
That was wonderful.
Elaine takes a red handkerchief out of his pocket and he begins wiping his lips. I do apologize for that. I don't normally get backed in a corner.
Oh no, 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 no. That was perfectly fine. Don't worry. You're not the only blood-sucking parasite around here. Oh,
I take it's the Hawthorne, and he looks over at you, Luca.
No, the
There-
1%.
Oh my god.
What's
no,
the difference?
Well, he's one example, but that's besides the point.
Goodness
Elaine, I have
me.
a request.
By the
Elaine, I
way,
have a request.
Amdar, as blood is trickling down your neck, you feel it begin to seep down onto your left shoulder, and as it does, you don't feel it dripping past.
There's his meal. Elaine, I have a request. There is very rarely I find someone who's been able to do something like that. I've never been hit that hard, surprisingly.
I doubt that.
I think no, well, the harm spell did, but I have a question. I've been looking for someone just like you. I need a teacher.
Well, far be it from me to deny such a wonderful opportunity to test my knowledge. I accept this proposition. From henceforth, you'll be studying with me. In swordplay, I presume?
Yes, I'm pretty sure I have the magic department covered. Mostly.
Certainly you do.
Amdar's giddy right now.
Elaine sheaths his
I-
rapier
I
and
would
he
like-
snaps, puts on a shirt. What were you going to say, Violin?
Veeling stands up and is clapping.
Elaine bows. Cesarite is clapping as well. An excellent show from both participants, I do say myself. Wouldn't you say, Esther?
Yes. She's still averting her eyes. She did not see any of that. She's like,
Elaine,
oh, he's
Elaine
Esther.
calls,
You had the
I put a shirt on, dear, don't worry. In any case.
Jesus Christ.
And Elaine sort of jumps over the fence and he goes over to
Oh my
the rest of the
God.
party. So, when am I going to get to battle you, dear? And he looks at Luca.
Well,
I think we
I'm not really a battler, more of a dancer.
Oh, that's a shame. But I think you'll
I mean,
find
I
that
don't
there
mind
is.
dancing sometimes.
What was that?
I don't mind dancing with you sometimes. That would be quite fun.
Well, then we'll
Your
have to
form is
arrange for
very
something.
nice.
Thank you. You know, my father here, he appreciates the arcane side of it, and I get to have some fun expressing myself.
Very
Regardless,
nice.
regardless, I don't mean to keep you from anything else you had to do, but I do appreciate you coming to see that sort of spectacle.
Of course.
Well, this concludes my
Well,
training.
Guys, I'm sorry that took so long. I'm actually so sorry. I thought I was gonna get my ass beat
I
so
also
quickly.
apologize for that taking so long.
Oh,
I had to
I
put
thought I was gonna
together
get
a
my.
I had to put together a character sheet in like 5 minutes.
Oh, you did it. Oh, I'm so sorry, Crow.
Elaine did not have a stat block.
I thought he was gonna like kick my ass in like 2 turns. I genuinely thought he's gonna just beat my ass.
In any case,
Oh my god.
well, I can't make him a
This is
20.
beautiful.
I can't make him an 18th level wizard. Otherwise, what's Cesarite for?
Exactly. You're so right.
Anyway, Elaine sort of shakes everyone's hand, and you know, he does the polite thing and kisses the hand of Violin and Esther. Gives you all a
Oh my
bow,
God.
a fanciful
Stop.
bow, and he is off. Cesar says, "Well, I do hope that that was most entertaining for you four, but of course, carpe diem, as they say. Seize the day."
Also, Luca, don't sell yourself short. He's like, you can see Amdar like he's choking something down right now. You do perfectly fine as a fighter. You do wonderful.
Ah, you're bluffing. Come on.
Well, then refuse my compliment if you shall.
In any
I'm
case,
feeling wonderful.
so
Just want to go to that tavern.
it's been a
All
very
right.
long time since you guys haven't had a adventure or sort of a quest. So now
Give me
we
a
just
moment.
get
I got
to
to.
so now
I
we
gotta
get
pick
to
up a call real
enjoy
quick. I'm
some
so sorry.
much deserved downtime. Obviously,
Woo,
you all have
downtime.
obligations later per Amdar's request of going to a tavern, but if there's anything in Vimderal that you would like to do as a group or as an individual, please let there be no restrictions.
Hmm.
I would like to do something, but I would like
like to wait for all the others to see what they're doing.
Sure. Well, obviously,
Uh.
Des is muted.
And so is B. Oh, never mind.
Sorry. Yeah, no, I'm here. I'm here. Sorry. I just muted for a second because I had to scream into a pillow. Crowman, I would like to compliment you. Just take this time to compliment your skills.
No. No.
Oh man.
Denied. There will be no such recognition or compliments. I almost said complimentation. That's a new word. Complimentation. Anyway. All right. I've answered that. Velan, Esther, if there's anything that you two would like to do, whether it be together or alone, or of course including any other member of the party, go.
What's going on?
Downtime.
Downtime?
Yeah.
Downtime.
We get to have.
okay.
I mean, you're without a quest, so downtime.
Everyone, let's do our shit. But we have to meet up at a tavern later.
That
later
was
in the day,
established.
Okay?
That later, as the
Yay!
sun sets into the earth, the party will meet up at a tavern. Although, you should probably establish which tavern.
What are the options, Crowman?
I don't know. Let's find out. There are many tavern options. Although, which section of the city would you like to look for a tavern in? Amdar, you're most familiar with the fire sector, obviously. Luca and Velan, you have spent most of the time in the stone section, and like I said, Esther, you aren't very well learned on Vimdurol in terms of taverns.
Girlie
Okay,
has not
so-
been here before.
So this is my one question.
Yes.
Which ward has the best food? And can I roll history on that?
Of course you can. And when you say
Yay!
best food, that is going to be determined by what food you like more. I think
Okay.
Luca personally would find that the cloud sector has the best food, while Amdar would, naturally enjoy the fire section more. We can all agree that the frost section does not have good food. Frost section is generally off limits to the public in any way.
Well, how about this? For where we meet up, there's probably some tavern in the Cloud District near the entrance to the palace. Meet up there?
Okay. That sounds fun. I've been meaning to explore that district anyway.
Perfect. I have someone to meet. Luca, I'm pretty sure you'd be interested as well. Do you wish to... I'm trying not to say his name, but Amdar's gonna do a little mimic motion of tying string.
All right. We will say that the group will be meeting up at the Zealous Falcon at sunset. Right? And Amdar and Luca, you two are tying airstring together?
I'm trying to ask Luca if he wants to go see the Needle Master.
I was actually gonna go see if I could talk to Elaine about dancing.
Perfect.
Well,
Go do that.
Amdar, you have prompted Luca in character if you'd like to go see, and then he tied the string. What have you to say about that, Luca?
Oh, well, I have some of my own matters to get to, and I kind of... Not only am I going to go see Elaine for dancing matters, but I need to ask another person that he doesn't really know on advice when it comes to kind of performing for another person. So he thought that Elaine might be a really good,
Well,
person to ask.
well, I completely understand, Luca. I'll see you at the tavern, all of you.
Alright.
Good luck with all of your activities. I'm gonna go walk in the direction of the Needle Master.
Great. He begins heading out. Veal and Esther, did you two have anything?
But
OM goodness.
wait. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna
Oh my god.
explode after session.
Luca and Elaine?
I'm gonna explode. Literally explode.
Is
Uh,
there something I should do? Question
Um,
mark. Maybe?
I mean, not inherently.
Ah,
If you
Um,
want to go.
hold on. Let me DM you something really quick.
Yes, of course. Esther,
Oh, is
The
were
Veal
you
gonna
going
be-
to?
go if you
Were you
want.
going to? Did you have anything specific in mind, or would you like a recommendation?
a recommendation would be in order because I was gonna go wherever Velan went because I don't know my way around this place. I'm gonna get lost immediately.
Yeah. I mean,
Someone's gonna be
you
at
could
the-
always go shopping, or honestly, you could try and see if there's anybody you'd like to go teach for the day.
Ooh, yeah.
Otherwise, I'm sure Velan wouldn't mind you tagging along if you asked her.
Yeah, I'd love to ask Velan.
Great.
I do have kind of an idea. Taps Velan on the shoulder. Taps Velan on the shoulder. Taps Velan on the shoulder.
Hydrate.
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 I'm typing a DM.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, okay. Take your time. Take
Okay.
your time. I'm sorry. I can wait.
This gives me the perfect opportunity to do things like drink water because I have to do the voice again. I know I know I will have to. You jerk, Dez. Anyway.
Okay, I have my reason. I have my
Anyway.
reason. I need an unbiased party, Crow. I need an unbiased party.
Oh my god.
Who added
I
me?
can't believe you.
Who fucking-
I'm scheming, everybody.
We can tell. We are aware.
Also, guys, am I doing a good job of interacting with the other people? Am I doing a good job?
Yes. Yes. You're being very. We approve. Thumbs up.
Thank you. I'm trying to talk to the other. I'm trying to build friendships, guys. I'm following a demon's advice.
Yay!
Bro really said, make nice with your friends, pal.
I gave Luca a compliment. Ugh. Ugh. My bad.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
The gagging was me giving me saying that with Amdar, like doing a little like choking something back. That was just because I didn't know what to compliment Luca about. I just didn't know what to. What do I compliment this man-eating man over?
This man-eating man.
We love Luca, guys. We love Luca.
We're
Also,
not
guys, I'm
fat.
not trying to steal a lane. I was trying to get his respect. That was what I was doing.
There just so happened to be very gay undertones, guys. Come on.
Oh,
There
God,
just so happens to be mild romantic tension.
Very, very
It's a
gay
problem.
I think
undertone.
Elaine just has a natural romantic tension that follows him everywhere. Anyway,
I cut that tension with like baby scissors. That's how like
It's not
apparent
Amdar.
it was. Question mark? I don't
Question
know if
mark,
that
question
makes
mark,
sense. Anyways,
It's not Amdar's fault he was looking at Elaine's chest the whole time. It's just the biggest place to hit.
okay.
It's just the
Before
best
this
place to
gets
hit with a
any
sword.
more into Dez's fan fiction of Elaine's chest and the fact that Amdar was staring the entire time, we are going to split up, I presume.
yes.
which means I get to do the honor of rolling a d6 and seeing which group
Phew.
are we going first.
Bro, I'm going last. I'm going last.
Never mind, it's a d6 and we're okay. Feeling Esther.
Yes.
Yay!
So,
Okay, yeah. So,
Okay.
Amdar and Luca head off.
ah, word. I'm so sorry. I have become incredibly awkward.
When you should. Guys, I got out of my social bubble.
Wait.
Oh, okay, okay.
I thought Crow was gonna start talking.
I was kind of waiting
I
on
did
you two to
too.
start talking. That's my bad.
Oh.
I can prompt you if you'd like. I can.
No. I have an idea.
Okay.
Oh. You wouldn't mind if I tagged along with you, right? I don't exactly know this place.
Of course I don't mind. I've never been to this place that I want to go, but someone I know told me a lot about it, and he really liked it, so I thought we could head
Someone.
over there.
A certain crush of
sounds
someone.
awesome. A certain questions. That sounds
So,
practically lovely.
Hey, Crow, how do I know how to get there? Oh, am I gonna have to ask someone?
Well, Velan, you actually don't know how to get there.
Ugh, fuck. Wait, is Amdar still close?
I mean, Amdar went off in a direction, but I'm sure you could go
Ugh,
run up to
If
him.
you want to, I can guide you guys somewhere. If you want to.
Yeah,
damn
he
it.
does know the city like the back of his hand.
Can I? Velan's gonna grab Esther's hand and then run over in the direction where Amdar went.
All right. Amdar, as
Amdar.
you are scheming in your mind what the heck you're going to be doing, you know exactly this neutral party you wanted to get in contact with. But as you are sort of zoned out in this, you hear hurried footsteps behind you.
He's gonna immediately turn
Amdar!
around.
Amdar!
Oh, you two. What is it?
Well, you know the city like the back of your hand, right?
Well, I mean, I've never really inspected the back of my hand, but yes, I know the city.
Could you take us to the Scattered Crow?
Oh, but of course, I can.
Amdar, you remember
make our way
that
over there.
the Scattered Crow is a tavern actually not too far from here. It's sort of the most popular tavern in the Frost Ward, mainly just because it's very close to the actual center of Vimderol, you know? So it's not that hard to find.
Okay. What's the occasion for going there?
Well, I've heard of it before, and I don't know. It sounded kind of cool.
That is very fair. It's the most popular tavern in this part of Vimderol.
Really? Is it really big?
I've personally never been myself, but I've heard plenty of news. It's near the center of Vimderol. It's very big, I presume, considering its popularity. They probably expanded in the couple of years I've been gone.
Oh, yes.
But considering it's in the Frost Ward, I'm sure the food's good, surprisingly.
Well, that's good to hear.
Amdar, how does it feel to lie to Velan?
You lied to me.
How does it feel
I mean,
to
I'm
lie
just-
about the food being good? You know there's better food, but you're just trying to not like dash her hopes.
I'm just saying for the Frost Ward, it's good.
I see. Okay, that is true. For the Frost Ward, it certainly is the best you'll find.
Well, yes, I can certainly bring you both there. If you would both wish, I have. No, never mind. I gave the other half to him. No, I can't do that. Yes, I can bring you both there. Follow me. And he's gonna start walking in a random direction, turn back on his heel, and then go the right direction.
He's like, wait a minute, this way.
Wait a minute. My bad. This way, everybody.
All right. And
Following.
since you're in the same ward, it takes you not very long to find the Scattered Crow Tavern. You see that the sign out front is of a small, adorable looking crow whose feathers and coinage have been scattered beneath it.
Aw. They're cute.
Aw.
Wait. There's coinage splattered beneath it.
On
Right.
the sign.
And
On
damn
the
it.
sign.
Fuck, I was about to be like, if there's like coins underneath it, I was gonna ask why the hell people are dropping coins there. But okay.
Well, the sign actually has like painted gold wooden coins that are like falling. They're like meant to be falling off the sign.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay. Well,
yeah.
you two enjoy your time here. I have someone to catch. Just if anything goes wrong, Esther protect Velan, and Amdar is gonna like jump on, like,
Hey.
you know. Crow, you know those like big people, little people duos where there's like the smaller person's riding the other one. I'm gonna jump on Metal Amdar and he's gonna start running in like a random direction.
He jumps on Metal Amdar.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Metal Amdar is just slightly faster than me.
Metal
Just
Amdar
slightly
is just moving. He is schmoving.
Just booking it. I'm gonna wave them goodbye as I dart off into the horizon.
Until we meet again.
Well, we're here.
We are.
Okay, can we go inside, please?
Of course.
I'll go out of my way to open the door for Velan and just be like,
Oh,
"Ladies first."
thank you.
Yeah. And as you enter the tavern, you see that there are, your typical tavern goers. Mostly Kenku make up the staff of the
Aw.
tavern as they're sort of like waddling around with wooden trays. You see that they're serving beer and all sorts of things. You see the bar is kind of small, and a posted sign right above the bar says, if you can reach the counter, you can drink.
That's funny.
Kenku typically range from 3 to 4 feet tall.
Just so happens both our characters are short.
Hey,
Shut up.
she is 5'5".
The implications of this
And Esther's 5'4".
are scary. But never mind the drinking laws of Vimdural. Instead, Velan, you're on a mission.
I am.
I thought you were.
I'd like to get us a table.
Of course. You both simply sit down at an open table. And one of the Kenku end up waddling over and they say, in a clearly mimicked voice from somebody else, "Well, howdy there, how can I help you?"
Oh.
I need to give these guys my voice. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay, wait, what did he say? I was too distracted by the accent.
"Well, howdy there, how can I help you?"
Oh,
Oh,
shoot.
this is so cute.
Are there menus?
Of course. As they switch voices and they hand you 2 small paper menus.
Thank you.
Enjoy! And he waddles away to the other tables
Waddle,
in his
waddle.
section.
Okay. What's on the menu, bro?
The menu is actually quite simple. There are
Yeah.
a couple different entrees that are put before you. You see a braised lamb, a vegetarian option, and featured for this month only, moonshay rice.
Ooh, I want that.
Ooh,
I want
You
I
that.
see
also
that
want that.
drinks include a very nice Vimdurillian wine. Obviously they have different beer on tap, and um, a harder Vimdurillian vodka.
Ooh, no, she wouldn't.
You can also
Not
see
today.
that a couple desserts are listed. There's a couple coffees, and a couple side dishes. The one that strikes
Ooh.
out to the both of you is the Plate o' Gold,
Ooh.
a dwarvish classic.
Mm. Okay. I know what I want to order.
I also know what I want to order.
Okay.
Is there anything you two would like
Okay.
to do as
I'm
you're waiting for your
What?
person to come back?
Oh, as we're waiting,
Yes.
So the weather we're having.
The weather we're having. Fuck. Conversation topics.
Yes, we're on a date, but no, we're not.
Okay. As you two sit down and begin ordering your meals, we are going to cut over to
Okay.
Luca if he
Good
is
idea.
available.
Good idea.
Helen, are
Hey,
you?
Ann.
Luca, are you
Yeah.
available? Yeah!
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's the wrong song. We're not mystical enchanting religion. Luca, you said you were going to talk to Elaine, yes?
Yes.
Then more of this song.
Yay.
In any case, Luca, as you're sort of looking for Elaine, you see that he is holding something in his hand, and you hear a crunch. And
Can
a
I
sound
roll
of eating.
perception to
Yeah, of course.
see? Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. You can go ahead.
No, you're fine. I was just saying that he crunches it.
Mhm. Natural fucking 20. That's a 26.
Yeah, you can tell that he is holding some kind of small animal and biting its head off.
Huh. I'm not one to judge. Alright. And I hurt him.
As he hears your you can tell that he hears your footsteps because his ears twitch a little, and you see him do something with his hands, and he turns around, wiping his mouth. Ah, the hawthorn. He puts the handkerchief away. Luca, yes? And he's holding
Luca, yeah.
something wrapped. He's holding something in his hands wrapped in a cloth of the same color. He puts that in his pocket. How can I help you?
Oh, I was just wondering if you could help me with some of my dancing. Of course, since I'm a professional dancer, I have been quite rusty, given that I have been quite distracted from my work.
Oh, of course. I mean, I'm by no means a professional dancer. My time is obviously divided between 3 areas, but I'm sure we'll both learn a thing or two while you are sort of, shall we say, cleaning up your act.
Of course.
So, did you have a certain studio in mind, or
No,
where
not
shall we?
exactly. I mean, it's been a while since I've been here.
Oh, of course. Well, I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to walk around the stone ward and look, if you'll join me.
Of course. Tell me a bit about yourself on the way, why don't you?
Absolutely, you can do the same. And Elaine, he puts on a very flowy white shirt and he offers his hand.
And I take it.
Great. And the two of you begin to promenade.
Oh boy.
As you walk around Vimderol, Elaine says, "Well, obviously you've met my father, Cesarite.
Yes,
He's
yes I have.
quite the eccentric magic user, wouldn't you say?"
Oh yes, very much so.
"Yes, but of course, I love him. He's done nothing but support me in my efforts, and I can be grateful for that. I know that some people have less than idyllic fathers."
Ah, yes, yes, of course, of course. I wish I could say the same, but I haven't seen my father in many, many years.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that, Luca. I obviously don't
That's
mean to pry,
alright.
but adventuring does typically feast upon your time. Pardon the expression.
No, I find it quite funny, of course.
Also, I do apologize for my method of attack against your friend Amdar. Today, I don't normally get put in such a compromising position that I'm forced to, well, stave off hunger in that way.
Oh, trust me, darling, I get it.
Were you at Dampier too?
No, something quite different. I can't really get into the logistics of it, but something along the lines of that, yes.
Yes. Well, perhaps we will be able to grow beyond our afflictions someday. In any case, I don't know why I said that. I don't normally say that. Typically, if I want to transition, I say regardless. As of almost some sort of cosmic force required that I say in any case. uh,
He didn't send
okay.
me.
Jokes about the way I speak aside. Um, Elaine sort of turns back. So, tell me, what kind of adventurer are you? What is your specialty?
Well, I don't normally. I recently picked up the adventuring thing. I'm normally traveling and doing that of the sorts, but I guess I don't really have a niche. I kind of just try to help out, and I don't have a real specialty or anything
I
that I'm
see. But you can
good at, I
cast,
guess.
no?
Yes.
Yes. Ah. And what arcane tradition do you submit to, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, I'm a warlock.
Oh, a warlock. I've not met too many in my time.
Yes, yes, of course, yeah. I I'm not quite proud to say that I am. However, the boss that I worked for always brags about having me on his side and such. But
Ooh,
not to get into that.
of course. Patrons, from what I've heard, can be either the most generous benefactor that you'll meet, or some sort of slimy, mm, unbecoming sort of degenerate.
Well, I couldn't have said it better.
And eventually, your talking leads you to a sort of dancing studio in the stone faction of Vimdurol. Ah, I've heard this place is of good reputation. Shall we practice
Oh,
here?
of course. It looks quite familiar.
Wonderful. Elaine enters with you. He pays the fee for a private room, and you two are led. You see that these massive mirrors are obviously on the wall. Typical dancing studio fare. Um, Obviously, being in the stone section, there are, um, there are places like this in Vimdurol. Most cities probably wouldn't even have something like this, but, um, you know, a large focus on the arts is what makes the stone section very great. As you two begin, is there anything you'd like to say to Elaine?
Just remember to keep your head held up high. If you droop it too low, then you'll start to wobble. Trust me, it's happened once or twice before in the middle of my show.
Of course. I don't think you'll find that I have any problems with that. I just hope that
Well,
you can
based
keep
off
up
of.
with my
Oh, go
footwork.
ahead.
Sorry. Elaine just kind of gives you a coy look and he says, I just hope that you can keep up with my footwork. I do like to move at fast pace.
Of course. I mean, the faster the better.
And as the two of you giggle, getting ready to practice, we will move over to our third perspective. Amdar,
What?
buddy.
Yay!
You said you were
I'm nowhere.
going to meet your
Yep.
unbiased party.
An unbiased party who will certainly disagree with me on this.
Great.
That's okay.
As you make your way through the
Um,
stone ward, Amdar, you see Elaine and Luca sort of talking, and you continue on through the day. You're making your way past buildings, and eventually you climb back up to that circus. The decrepit old wagons are, well, still there.
thread speaker out there.
You don't see her.
I'm going up to the door and I'm knocking on it in the right sequence. Rolled that history check for a reason.
Well, you can't make your way to the door unless you make your way to the stairwell.
Well, yeah, this. Wait. I thought there was like a rock thing that I have to tap on to open the stairwell to go down to the door.
Yes.
Yeah. Rock thing. I do the rock thing, go down the stairwell, and I go to wherever Needlemaster is.
So yeah, you remove the carpet, and as you're about to step through the rock, as you're about to begin knocking on the rocks, you see they open up, and you see Thread Speaker beginning to walk up. She lets out a very high pitched, like a squeak almost, and she like backs away immediately. One of her hands coming up.
Thread speaker, it's just me. It's just me.
Goodness.
Yes, it's just Amda.
What are you doing here?
I came to visit, obviously. Am I not allowed to see the people who helped us?
Were you seen?
No, trust me.
Did you take
I-
efforts
I-
to
I-
not
I-
get seen?
Repeat that, please, Thread speaker.
Did you take efforts to not get seen?
I would say Amdar would have, considering
What kind
what's
of
at
efforts?
stake. Amdar
Just like
would've-
general sneaking, like moving stealthily?
more. It would have been general sneaking within like a decent proximity, and then invisibility when he was really close to
Okay.
And he would have left Robot Amdar behind.
Yeah. Just make sure to
Use
if
that second
Amdar
level
did
spell slot.
use invisibility, yeah, mark that on your sheet.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Good.
As we
As you describe that to Thread Speaker, she kind of breathes a sigh of relief. Oh, okay. Good. Then you may enter. Although I don't know
Thank you.
how good of a mood he's in, so be patient with Master.
I'll try to improve it. Don't worry. As I'm like walking down the stairs, Thread speaker, did you have a good day
Yes.
today at least?
I'm well.
I'm very glad to hear that. Amdar's purposefully keeping his like voice slightly lower than what he normally does.
Mm-hmm.
For no particular reason. He just I don't know why.
She
Well,
kind of steps out of the stairwell to let you in.
thank you. Well, I'll see how he's doing. Thank you, Threat
course.
Speaker. I'm gonna start going down the stairwell.
She follows behind you, and the stone closes up. And eventually, you make it to the door.
I'm gonna open the door very slowly. Needle!
As you open the door, you see nothing but a wall of stone.
Is
She
that
says,
normal?
yes. She
Oh.
goes to the door, closes it, knocks on it in that same configuration, and I must announce you. Closes it once again.
Of course. My apologies.
She opens the door for you once again as she enters.
I'm gonna enter the room.
Great. You enter, and the library of Arcanus Iode is much in the same way you left it last time. You saw
Oh.
those same strings, but instead of there being that cocoon that you know now as the Needlemaster, you see him sort of lounging above the ground on a hammock of strings that have been cross-stitched together. He's reading something, and as Thread Speaker closes the door, Needle says, "What do you want?"
Well, of course, just to chat a little bit. The
Chat.
business can come a little later. The business can come just a little bit later.
Of course. He closes
I
his
was
book,
planning on coming either way.
and he sort of jumps off the he stands up in his hammock, and he just falls forward, and then eventually he catches himself on a string and he lowers himself down, standing in front of you. All right, Amdar. What did you do and or are going to do?
Well, first off, how was your day?
Fine.
I'm glad to hear it. I've had a wonderful day.
Put the pleasantries
But-
aside. What is it?
Oh, I do. Okay, fine then. You said you wanted to talk to him. I'm gonna extend my left hand.
All right. And he says, "Grab a seat." And then he pulls a string, and Amdar, you feel a chair sort of knock the feet under you. And Needle pulls it
Yes.
forward close to him.
It's gonna just sit down.
Do you mind? As he grabs an actual normal sized needle from his on his hand. He had, so you know those like tomatoes that are like felt and you put needles into. I don't know what their name is.
Yeah, those things. I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about. I know what you're talking
Needle
about.
has one of those like stitched onto the glove on his hand, and so he takes a needle out. He says, "Do you mind?"
No, I don't mind. I'm gonna extend my hand to him for him to do his thing.
Oh no, this has gotten worse. And he walks his fingers up your arm to your shoulder, and he wraps the needle around it, and he pulls it taut, and you feel this string begin to constrict your shoulder. It's basically if you took a bunch of string and you started pulling it taut on your shoulder, you would feel this sensation.
Okay. So it's kind of like a what's the thing when you try to like cut off blood flow to an injury?
Yeah, it's like you're trying. Well, I wouldn't say it's like a tourniquet per se, but like
Not on the same. It's similar feeling, right? I'm
you're
assuming.
cutting off. He's
Kinda.
cutting off circulation to your arm.
Okay.
And as he does this, Amdar, you notice that you're not feeling any sort of sensation in your arm. And your left hand begins to wriggle and writhe. And he said,
Well,
and Needle looks,
Do you feel anything?
No, not particularly.
Great. Ugh. Okay. So have you talked to him?
Oh, last night actually.
Of course you did. All right. What'd you talk about?
The terms.
Of?
I'm pretty sure you can already conclude that this body isn't my original one.
Yep, pretty much.
Uh,
I just wanted you to
well,
say it.
it was him who gave me this.
Yeah, I can tell. All right.
And then Needle pulls the string fully taut, your arm falls off.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, come on.
And then he goes over to his cabinet, and you see him throwing out different jars that all magically get like pulled in strings. And he says,
Ah, this one should work.
and he grabs a jar and puts it down on a table.
You might want to plug your nose for this.
And he
What exactly are you planning to do?
opens it up, and you smell the worst sour smell of your life, Amdar. It is a
Amdar's and
stench of death and horrible wretchedness.
Amdar's gonna like gag a little bit and like cover his nose.
Yeah.
I told you.
As Needle begins to work, he takes the arm that he just cut off, and he pulls out something from the jar. You see it's the decapitated head of a pig. He sews the pig's head onto your arm where it would connect to the body, and he sort of sits back.
And now we get to watch the fun part.
What's that?
You see your arms writhing begins to cause the pig's face to twitch and writhe as though it's one cohesive being, you know? The pig starts squealing, and eventually tusks begin to grow out from it.
Well, Amdar, certainly long time no see.
It's been about 12 hours.
I know. Crazy, right? All right. So,
And he hoists the arm pig head up.
what do you want?
You are now sitting face to face with it, Amdar.
Well, I came here because, well, I have the odd feeling you can help me with this.
Help you
I
with
need
what?
an unbiased. I need an unbiased party.
Correction, we an unbiased party.
My apologies. We
And-
do.
I assume I'm your choice of an unbiased party.
Well, while you did help us once, I do consider that I don't think you very much care for me at this point.
Oh, no, I don't. But that's just because you're stupid.
So, I figured you were my best bet.
And what are you? How do you feel about this?
Targalon contorts the face of the pig, and you see the arm kind of bends up and starts like scratching the pig's chin.
He says, it's not an Arcanoloth.
Arcanoloth? Seriously? You want to get one of those guys? Oh, Amdar, seriously? You want him to get an Arcanoloth?
Well, I figured that you'd be my better option, at least.
Yeah, I am your better option because I exist.
That's not fair. I know a good deal of Arcanoloth.
Yeah, but I'm not summoning one to the material plane, you idiot.
Well, it's neither here nor there, really.
How long was it going to take me to get an Arcanoloth?
Long enough.
See, you thought that was a good idea?
Well, there's a reason I came to you.
Because I'm convenient.
No.
I swear.
because you're the better option, in a sense.
Better for you.
No, better as in this means me and you can get our dealings done.
Yeah, well, if you haven't guessed, I'm not exactly a lawyer.
You're not the
Although,
lawyer.
And his head begins to turn. His head turns completely backwards,
and he says, "Thread speaker."
and he pulls Thread Speaker all the way over to him. She once again squeaks and is like standing straight up.
You went to
Thread
law
speaker's a
school,
little-
right?
I spent some time learning the law.
So then you could write a contract, right?
Well, I don't know if I could.
Yeah, of course you can. Well, this is the closest thing you're gonna get to a lawyer. So, unless you want to talk to one, but I don't know if a lawyer would really want to talk to this thing.
And
Calm
he
down,
gestures
Mia.
to your arm pig.
What do you mean? He has a very nice grin on his face, I would say.
The Needlemaster looks at him, and Targalon gives him this unsettling smile. Blood begins dripping from his mouth, and Needle says,
Okay, sure thing, bud. All right. Well, why don't you two start hashing out the details, and Thread Speaker can write up something.
Okay then.
If you'll excuse me, I have reading I need to do.
You have fun with that.
Oh, I
No,
will.
I will. Though I'll still be with you for the rest of the day. Don't you relax too soon.
Ugh,
I'm happy-
you're gonna be the death of me.
Needle says as he
Don't-
begins shooting up into the ceiling with thread.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to my pig arm. God damn it! I can't believe I just said pig arm. Fucking Christ.
Exactly,
My bad.
especially when the proper term is arm pig. Come on.
Okay, my bad. Well-
Uh,
I'm assuming you have a very simple request on your part of the bargain.
I wouldn't call it simple. There's a lot of nuance to getting blood.
You want blood. I can get you that. You've seen me do it after all, haven't you?
I guess I have.
So, I propose that whenever, because obviously, if I get caught by the law, I can't exactly, well, get you more blood, can I?
Oh,
So-
of course you can.
Well, oh, what if I just get it from like donations? What if I just give him my what if I just give him my own blood? Never mind, I can't get into all those details. Oh wait, I don't think I want to give him my own blood. Whatever, never mind. Sorry. Well, I have the very simple proposition of well, I'm pretty sure it's going to happen anyways. But whenever I kill something, you get all of it. Every last drop. At least that I can squeeze out of it.
When you kill something,
Well, there's obviously the option of torturing it and regenerating them, but I'm not going to do that. I have morals, after all.
of
But
course, wouldn't
I
want
reckon-
to step over your petty little morals, wouldn't I?
Thank you for taking them into consideration.
No.
I reckon, and I reckon that in my career, or in my experience, I'm going to be killing a lot of things, won't I be?
Yes, but of course, there's always moments when peace happens. I wouldn't want to go starving now, would I?
Well, on the odd chance that I am unable to get you blood by that method, I will get you blood via donation. Or other more peaceful matters. Otherwise, I will go and
Donation?
find
From who?
I reckon I can get it. I'm very persuasive.
From
After
who?
all,
I like to have very secure methods of blood.
You draw a very fair point.
In
Hmm.
fact, I would like to propose a certain clause, shall we say?
Certain flaws.
Yes.
I had a couple in mind, but I'd like to hear yours.
Well, it's a very simple proposition. If I am ever put in a situation where I would be denied necessary blood for a considerable amount of time, I think that I should be able to act desperately.
So, what you're proposing is that should I ever starve you, you are given permission to take control of the entire body and get your blood in whatever way you deem necessary.
Yes.
I propose a slight alteration to this rule.
And that would be
Those who I hold dear to me are off limits.
the Hawthorne boy, Coliome, and the Tiefling.
Well, and those who happen to spring out of existence later on, of course.
Well
Now,
then, I
to,
suppose
for
you'll just have
example,
to keep a list. I can't exactly keep track of what you deem as special and which ones you don't.
we can always adjust the list every night I gain one. After all, we can talk at night, can't we?
So, every night, this list that we both will agree upon will
Expands
be expanded.
upon me
Otherwise,
finding someone who I hold useful or dear to me.
whoa, use for now as well.
Well, I can't exactly have you killing someone who is useful in the sense of getting you more blood. Think of it more less of that type of thing, because I can't find a random citizen useful, can I? But someone who is extending my methods of getting you blood, for example, a quest of some sorts, I can't exactly go killing them, can I?
And if their usefulness happens to be expended,
You have full permission.
good. Are you getting all of that, Goliath?
You see the pig head turns, and you see Thread Speaker has been writing all of this down. Mm-hmm. Yes.
There are a couple things I would also wish to define. How long must it be until your next feeding? For example, does it take a month, a year, a week? How long does it take you to starve?
Well, demon physiology is quite different from the humans. So, I require blood weekly, and it can't be drips either.
There has to be at least some sustainable amount of blood. I'm not going to feed you just a little drop after all.
I like to keep my figure plump, shall we say.
Well,
I'll not be
considering you're
going on
my,
a
you're using,
diet.
considering you're using my arm, I'd say you're not very plump at this point. But
I'm plump enough.
well then, there is one minor clause I would wish to state in the fact of normally you will not be able to gain control of my body at a normal moment. In the off chance that I am not sufficient to succeed in whatever endeavors I have, for example, if I am to die against a dragon, you come in. 'Cause I'm assuming you do not wish for your host to die.
I'll just get thrown back into another treasure hoard. What's 1,000 more years of the lifespan of a demon? No. I don't want to
But
starve. Not again. Not
exactly.
again.
So if I am ever in the state of losing or near death, and obviously this includes other variables, for example, if my other friends are able to bring me back, I am talking in a last case scenario.
We'll say that if you're put in a compromised position where your body falls unconscious, I'll take over.
And to put some more detail on that, during those moments, your only task, through any means, besides, of course, using my friends' bodies as weapons, you are to kill the immediate threat.
You think I am? I'm a businessman, but I'm not that cruel. Use your friends as weapons.
Well, that and or killing my friends as you're rampaging to kill a beast.
I wouldn't kill them. Not
So you
then.
agree to this? So you agree to this, don't you?
Sure.
Perfect.
If you expend your usefulness, Amdar, I'll step in.
And with that, I would wish to propose a final clause.
The clause is with this guy, am I right? You'd think he's some kind of crab.
The pig head kind of turns over to Thread Speaker, who kind of like shifts away a little.
What?
If I am to ever expend my usefulness in its entirety, not just by one instance, a 3 strikes type rule, I will be, by your choice, I will be given full control of this body, and I am to hand the ring to someone else. Should I starve you too often? Should I break any of our rules? This clause will come into effect. I will gain control of this very body, and I will hand you and the ring to another host. After all,
I'd like to
not all
add
the
an
clauses-
addendum
and that shall be.
that you get to keep your portion. After all, this
Portion.
isn't just your work, is it?
Fair point. It is our body, after all. You would wish to keep this
I
on the
get to
back of
keep
the
my
arm,
property, you get to keep yours.
and of course, keep my property enough to at least keep me alive. I don't want to lose half my face by accident, don't I?
Well, humans have recovered from worse.
Fair point, but you understand what I mean.
Fine.
Thank you.
We'll both retain segments from the body that are ours and put them in a position to be healed so as to not immediately die.
Do you have any other rules to propose?
I think this works for now.
Well then, I'm gonna shake my own left hand. I'm gonna shake. I'm not gonna shake the hand. I'm gonna grab the arm, and I'm going to position it so that he can write his signature on the contract.
Yeah,
Write it
Thread
down.
Speaker. Thread Speaker finishes drafting the contract. She puts it down in front of you, Amdar.
And I'm gonna sign my signature, and I'm gonna let him sign his.
All right. Amdar, can I have you roll a Constitution saving throw for me?
Yeah, give me a moment. 26.
A 26? You manage to stay up as a shooting pain enters your left shoulder. You feel the entire sensation of your arm getting cut off. And it hurts.
Sorry.
You hear the Needle Master say. And
It's
that
It's
sensation
okay.
goes away.
It is perfectly fine, Needle. God fucking damn it.
You see
Oh.
that Targalon has signed his name in Abyssal.
I don't understand right
And yeah. Thread Speaker says, "Would you like me to add this to our records so it doesn't get lost?"
now. Oh yes, I was just about to suggest, Thread Speaker, could you kindly keep the content?
Of course.
Thank you.
And she grabs a scroll case. She holds it up and puts it in there.
I trust you with it. Thank you.
Of course. Targalon then
I suppose I should be getting put back together.
Yes, it's very unnerving to see a pig head on my arm. God, he's a-
and you hear this pig head begin to choke as it spurts up blood. The threads disconnect the head, and the arm gets sewn right back to your arm.
Guys, I fucking love this guy. I'm so sorry. Even if he's like a demon, I fucking love this guy, and you are never tearing him away from me. He's my buddy now.
Bro,
Alright.
what the fuck? That was so good.
That was too good.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
As
Fairly good.
your contract has been drafted, proposed, signed, and otherwise agreed to, we cut back to Esther and Violin. Let me get the.
Move on.
You both are sitting in your tavern. It's very nice. The atmosphere is wonderful. And you both are served your food and drink. Whatever you may have ordered.
So, what did you get?
Please subtract the amount of 1 gold from your character sheets.
Only one. Yay! Only one gold. No, Esther would have gotten the vegetarian option and the moonshade rice.
It was
Okay.
labeled as like it's not like given a name. It is just put the vegetarian option.
That's so mean.
And the moonshade rice, you both see it. It's steaming. It's beautiful. It is an elven dish, and you see that it's served. The rice is almost colorful. You see greenery is mixed in there, and the dish is also served with shrimp.
Ooh.
So,
Also got the moonshade rice, and I got a glass of wine.
of course. Great. Well, the two of you are having a wonderful time. Is there anything you both are talking about over this nice meal?
I think maybe we need to talk about like our favorite spells that we know that we've learned.
Oh my god.
Like,
Okay, yeah,
what's your
good
favorite
job.
task? But what's your favorite like one that is like the hardest to learn? That was most satisfying.
All right.
I got.
We don't have to come up with real answers. I think that's just.
Oh, okay, yay.
Because I don't have an answer.
Yeah, I was wholeheartedly gonna come up with an answer for you.
I'll say this: you
Oh,
two,
God.
you two discuss stories of merriment and enjoyable sort of stuff. And Violin, your ear sort of perks up as you hear the
You're like,
bell of the door opening.
okay.
Every time somebody opens the door, all the Kenku servers perk their heads up and look at whoever entered. And they go right back to serving. Violin, do you pay any mind to the person who has entered this tavern? Alright. Violin, you see a tall man of about 6'2", jet black hair, and a deep blue garb. pauldrons are on his shoulders, and a fur sort of cape is trailing along his back. You see he wears 2 swords on his belt, and he goes up to the bar and sits down. Velen, you recognize exactly who this is in an instant.
She's freaking out. Her eyes are like saucer. And she turns back to her food and starts shoveling it in her mouth.
Esther, you notice the change in Velen's demeanor immediately.
I'm gonna do something evil. I'm gonna do something evil.
Huh? No, don't you do it. I'll kill her.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I gotta. Esther is going to like look at Valen with mild concern, and her voice is a little raised, because she's concerned for her new friend. Valen, are you all right?
Oh, but I'm fine. And then, oh man, this is really good, right? Better just keep eating.
Oh, you shouldn't eat so fast. You'll choke.
Okay, how funny would it be if I made her start choking?
Velen, the man turns his head, and you catch a good look at this profile. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Anime nosebleed. Anime nosebleed.
It's the pig guy.
What is the Constitution saving throw?
I'm rolling. Oh my god. Okay. Oh no, I'm scared.
Well,
Oh, did you not hear me?
sorry, I did not hear you.
Oh, I think my internet's here. I had a 12.
A 12?
A 12.
Yeah, Velen, you are shoveling this rice into your mouth, and you shovel an entire shrimp, and you begin choking.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Esther like stand up. She goes to her side like, oh, God.
Yeah, as she's choking, you see patrons in the bar are looking around, and they're like, "What's going on? What the heck?" And, Esther, you see this person who you'd not noticed in the tavern before walk over, and he says, "I'm sorry, is she okay? Is she choking?"
Yes.
And this man helps Velen cough up the shrimp. Are you all right? He says, looking at you, Velen. As you look up at him from the sort of moment of choking, you see that it is Tyrannel staring you in the face. And as you both get a good look at each other, you see a sort of blush appears on him.
Yes.
Velen, how do you react?
Her face? Well, okay. Would the life drain from her? But all the blood rush to her face. I can't be both.
Hey Crow, what color do drow blush?
That is a great question.
Well, I mean, Violin's purple, so would it just be like dark purple?
It
Or
would
like
be a
magenta?
it would be like a magenta.
Okay. Her whole face just became like 5 shades darker of magenta.
Esther, you see this happen, and the man kind of gets up. Well, hope you're okay. And he immediately goes back to the bar.
What?
And he
I'm
sits
sure he's
down.
like standing there. She's making sure Veland's okay, but also she's like looking between them, like,
Her
She squints her eyes a little bit. It's like,
her mouth is agape, her eyes are wide, and she's like disassociated.
Veland,
Completely.
oh dear. Ash doesn't know what to do in this situation. She thinks Veland's fucking dying.
Well, Veland is okay. The normal clamor of the tavern sort of resumes as Veland, you cough up the last little bits of rice that got stuck in your windpipe.
Oh. Yeah, like beating myself on the chest, like, you know, and take a big swing.
I told you not to eat so fast.
You're right. I'm so sorry, Esther.
Don't apologize.
She
Here.
is staring. Oh.
Is she? Wait, what is she staring at?
She's staring.
One more time.
What? She's staring at you now.
Okay. You actually catch him like turning back and glimpsing a little bit and just like immediately like trying to not get caught.
She turns back to Esther and is like, that's my, well, she's like stuttering over her words.
Okay,
And like
take your
fending
time.
herself.
Oh, it's all right. Take your time. Hold on, wait. Let me check something really quick. I'll use like
Prestidigitation?
Prestidigitation. Yes, prestidigitation. To like do like a puff of wind to like help her cool down a little bit because she's fanning herself.
Oh. Yeah, Veland, you managed to
Okay.
catch your breath again.
Okay. Well, I've known him ever since I came to the surface, and I haven't seen him in I haven't seen him in 4 years, and I don't know if he recognized me. And she starts to like wipe her eyes.
Oh, it's one of those situations. Yes. I definitely know what to do.
Esther, do you know what to do?
No, she doesn't. She's lying. She's lying to herself.
Oh my gosh. I definitely know what to do.
Well, why not? Ask. We could always buy him a drink.
Oh. She like soaks into herself. Oh God, what if he doesn't want us? What if he hates?
Oh, don't be like that. How could anyone hate you?
I'm a burden, and she like is like how you slide down the chair.
Mm-hmm. And as you're
Then
sliding
she
down, a Kenku wanders over with a glass of wine. It looks to be similarly colored to you. Not you, but the wine you were drinking. Apologies. No.
Purple wine.
And he kind of wanders over and he begins to mimic. Could you buy that girl over there the same wine that she was drinking?
Oh my God.
And then he puts the bottle down and he wanders away.
Oh my God.
Well, I think that's a clear sign.
Guys, I'm blushing. Okay, I'm sorry.
Why don't you go talk to him? He clearly remembers you, and I don't. Maybe he's having the same thoughts you are.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, as Velan almost chokes to death, and Esther is being the best hype woman she can,
Yeah.
we are going to cut over to
Okay.
Elaine and
I thought you were gonna say you were upset.
and Luca.
Oh my god.
Oh my god is right.
Dude, I was screaming.
So,
I was like, holy shit.
you two have been dancing for quite some time. You have, practiced your own form, and Elaine has shown you a couple routines that he has done, traditional Taivish dances, the occasional ballroom dance. And I'm sure you've shown him a thing or two as well, right, Luca?
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Yes. What sort of dances would you two be working on right now?
Well, I think that there was a mention of like a ball, masquerade coming up, so probably
Yes.
something like that.
As the two of you are practicing your form, are you working together? Like,
Oh
are
yeah.
you dancing together?
Yeah, probably.
Great. You both take turns, leading and following, and the two of you manage to do an excellent routine of the traditional Taivish and Yuehun style of masquerade dance. It's been a bit, and Elaine is sort of, if you'll excuse me a moment.
Of
He
course.
exits the room, and you are sort of left alone, Luca.
Just kind of stand there, just kind of look at my pocket, pull up those dice.
Yeah.
Is there anything different that's changed with them?
Oh no. Nothing's changed. You hear as you look up, and you see in the mirror is a figure. A figure you recognize, Luca. Somebody that you have not necessarily had quite a long chat with, but someone you can recognize from your dreams. Trust me, Luca, they have not changed just yet.
Who are you?
A generous benefactor. And someone with a vested interest in not only you, but your boss, as it were.
Why my boss?
Let's just say that he isn't the most loyal. Not to you, anyway.
Interesting.
He has slighted us both. Unfortunately, you're not in a position to do anything about it. And I just think a bum deal like that is rather absurd. Wouldn't you say, Hawthorne?
Oh, I agree full-heartedly.
Yes, but unfortunately, I don't exactly have the right to relinquish his possession of you. But there are steps that one can take to get out of his control. Does this sound like something you'd be interested in, Hawthorne?
Of course.
Excellent.
Why are you helping me anyways?
Let's just say that by helping you, I help myself. Call it my good deed for the millennia.
All right.
Besides, it's been terribly long since you've seen your mother.
Oh, so terribly long.
Indeed. And I.
And as he says that, by the way, his art is in the art channel if you'd like to look. You hear the door opening, your head turns, and you see Elaine wiping his mouth. As you look back to the mirror, he's gone.
Okay.
Whoever he was.
Are you all right, dear?
Oh, yes, I'm fine. Just got a bit famished, is all.
Ah, I
Are you doing
understand.
okay? You
Yeah,
seem
of
like you've seen a
course.
ghost.
Oh, not necessarily, but
Well then, shall we continue, or is there something else that you'd like to spend doing?
well, I wanted to ask you about something.
Yes. What is it?
How exactly? Well, so you dance on your own regard, right?
Yes. Yeah, I'd say that I dance for myself, first and foremost.
How is that like?
What's wonderful? Sort of expressing yourself through movement. I find it very therapeutic. There's a lot that
Mm.
I hold in, and through dance, I'm allowed to let it go, and it isn't the worst outlet for emotion I've seen. I mean, of course, there's people who like to physically release themselves, and I find that through dance, it's just a lot calmer.
I can't agree anymore. I mean, I don't know. What would you do in a situation where you have someone constantly controlling whether you dance or not?
Well, Elaine kind of like pauses and he looks at you. He gives a look of like recognition, like, I think I understand what you're getting at. Well, I would try to get away. I would simply dance on my own regardless. Behind closed doors. Especially when I'm not in front of an audience. Because if there's one person that I want to please with my dancing, it would be myself. And nobody else.
I'll take your word for it. Thank you for pleasuring me. This has been quite wonderful, and I've needed it for a while now.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine, Luca. Truly, it's nice to be with someone who understands not just a third of what I do. It's very refreshing indeed.
Well, tell me a bit more about yourself. You've heard enough about me for today.
Well, I do hope that doesn't mean that I can't hear about more of you later.
Why, of course. Ask me anything later.
Is that a promise?
Oh, I believe it is.
Well, I shall tell you that I grew up in Tyvan mostly, very afraid of the sun. As a Dampier, it can be hard to accept whether or not the sun is going to horribly disfigure you, especially once you've learned about
vampiric lore. But, you know, you live with a curse long enough, you sort of understand its limitations. So, I eventually grew to accept what I was and how it affected me. And I like to think that I've prospered because of it.
Well, it sounds quite wonderful. Being able to accept who you are first and foremost is one of the most beautiful things of nature, isn't it?
Of course. My father tells me that if you cannot love yourself before all others, then you should not even begin to think about loving another. He says that he's seen many relationships break under the pressure of not only forgiving their partner, but forgiving themselves. And it's a bit of a sad thing, really. So, as someone who wishes to find their other half one day, I have taken steps to appreciate myself. Not to come off as vain,
Of course not.
but I am proud of who I am. Regardless, my father talks about mother in a very similar way. She was his other half. I remember very little, in honesty, but she was wonderful. Oh, so wonderful. In any case, you see that Elaine kind of in that moment kind of stopped looking like smug, and he had, in scare quotes, dropped the act. His ears kind of like went down and he kind of like trailed off. Regardless, I have taken it upon myself to use the arts as an expression of that. And I
Oh,
started
that's quite
dancing.
wonderful.
Yes, I started dancing from a young age, and then father told me about blade singing, and I thought, well, why not? It pleases him, it pleases me, and here I am. A prodigy in my field, I would say. But regardless, yes, that is sort of who I am. Not defined by one thing that I do, but trying to, I suppose, carve an identity for myself beyond what afflicts me. And trust me, there have been moments. Not too proud of those, but again, I'm above that.
You're quite inspiring.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Well, I would.
Well, I'm sure when you make good on your part of that promise, I'll find plenty to be inspired too. Elaine says as he kind of gets close to you.
Uh,
In any case, shall we continue?
of course.
Wonderful. Luca, you hear the faint sound of music as you and Elaine begin practicing again. Sort of a rhythm that you follow, and as you're looking at yourself in the mirror and checking your form, making sure that you and Elaine are doing everything correctly, for a moment, you see standing on the other end of the room that figure. He waves, and before you know, he's flittered away.
And as you and Elaine dance, we shall cut back to Amdar. Amdar!
Yes.
You have your arm back! Good for you! The
By
pig
the way,
head
guys,
has
it's gonna get
landed
so
on the
much worse.
floor. And its smell has not stopped smelling. It's so bad. Needle comes down and he puts the head back in a jar and he seals it back up.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Do you want me to remove your sense of smell?
No, no, no. I quite like it actually. Just
What, the
moments like
smell? I mean, hey, everyone's weird, I get it.
And he just throws the jar back and he lands it into the cabinet.
I did it! Yes! that
Wonderful
doesn't normally
girl.
happen. Thank you, thank you.
I'm assuming it just crashes on the ground and shatters.
No, it actually.
No, I don't let things shatter. Are you kidding me? Not a single piece of glass has broken in this building. Ever.
I
Not
imagine.
once.
I imagine he just like shuffles some glass under the carpet real quick.
He's like, that's bigger. That's bigger. Put the glass away. That's bigger. Don't tell him about the
Okay.
fishbowl.
Well
Anyway.
then, there is one more thing I have to ask you.
Oh, of course.
Well, I'm sorry. You wanted to skip the pleasantries.
I know.
Needle.
What?
There's a reason I gave you that sending stone. There are going to be times where I will send a message, and I would ask for advice. Would you be willing to do that, or shall I take the sending stone back?
He kind of holds the sending stone and he takes it out of his pocket and he just kind of looks at it. His big eye is constantly darting between you and it, but his normal eye is just looking at it. Needle kind of zones out for a second and he tosses you the sending stone back.
Oh,
No, I'm not. No.
that's
Listen.
Perfectly fine.
Buddy, I don't want you to get the wrong idea, but I'm not a dispensary of information and advice.
Fair point.
I'm an exorcist. And honestly, you guys are lucky that I only modified the memory of one of you. I can't say that I'm too comfortable knowing that 3 people exist out there who know about this.
That's fair.
And he kind of gestures to the whole library.
I mean, what happens when one of you gets suspicious? What happens when one of you starts thinking, oh, I wonder what Needle's up to, and I want to go have a chat with him?
I heard none
And
of that.
he. Oh, sorry. He just went into a really, like. Here, maybe if I turn off noise suppression.
Oh, I want to go check up on the Needle Master. What's he up to?
Well, it gets lonely down here, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't. I have
Oh.
the voices. And Thread Speaker. I'm kidding, I don't have voices in my head. Anyway, no. No, I'm not here to chat with you. I'm not here to do anything with you. In fact, I'm not supposed to exist in your mind at all. None of this is supposed to exist. This is a legend. All right.
What do you mean? Who's the Needle Master? Who's that?
Real funny,
I don't know
pal.
who that is. Either way, I have something to get to tonight. Do you know any herbalist or potion makers within the city?
I don't know anybody in the city.
Can you make a potion?
Sure.
I'm gonna pull out the mushroom. I'm gonna pull out the mushroom very delicately.
I thought you left the mushroom.
No,
No, you took the mushroom.
I took the mushroom. That's part of why I came here.
Oh. What is that?
It's a very specific type of mushroom that is commonly found. No, not commonly. Sorry. Very, very rare, and it's found inside of the Vimdu-Rulian mountain range.
Yeah, the Old King's Wall, right?
Yes, yes, and well, this in particular can be used to create a potion of giant size.
Mhm.
I would ask I would ask for you to brew this up for me. I will of course pay you. After all, no charge is free.
Sure. All right.
Thank
I can do that.
I'm gonna hand him the thing.
He takes the
How long
thing,
would that take? How
kind of
long would that
squishes
take?
it,
Get back to me in a day or so. I should probably
and he starts like poking it.
I should probably figure out how to do alchemy in that time.
Oh,
Squish,
well,
squish.
perfect. Well then, I will be departing. Needle,
Good.
have a very good rest of your day.
Yeah, I
will be
will.
coming when you're done.
As
And
he begins to pull a cauldron near him, and he kind of puts the mushroom in. He looks back at you.
Oh, one more thing.
And he pulls you back, Amdar.
yes, what is it?
Ugh. All right. What are you telling Esther?
I told Esther that they injured their head while going down the flight of stairs. And that caused unconsciousness.
You're an idiot. I want you to know
Well,
that.
I didn't have a very good excuse.
Okay, well, she remembers the stairs.
Well, yes, but she doesn't know what was beyond that.
Yeah, but she remembers walking down the stairs.
There's dozens of stairs in Vimdurol.
No, these stairs, very specifically. Oh my god.
Well, why didn't you have
Ugh.
a memory of them?
Because Modify Memory is a very specific spell, and the way that I have to cast it. Ugh.
Well, then, it doesn't make sense that the point her memory gets cut off is right where after all,
The point
stairs
her
is the last
memory
thing
cuts off is the second that door opens.
Why didn't you tell us this?
I didn't think I'd have to. I thought that you would be smarter.
Well, I haven't told her yet. She hasn't asked.
Okay. Sure thing, pal. All right, well, when you do tell her, make sure to not be a fucking idiot about it, all right?
My apologies.
I can't have anybody, Tian or Saiyan, related down here.
Okay.
Both of them know that they'd want this place dug up.
Then I'll come up with a very good excuse when the time comes.
Good.
You have your good day. I have to get ready for a tavern.
Yeah, you do that.
And he pats you on the back as you're walking away.
Amber's gonna look spiffy, guys. He's gonna look so spiffy.
All right.
All right. Amdar, you're walking back, and you see that the sun has not yet set, but is about to set. And as you feel the imminent time coming, we're switching back to Esther and Violin.
Yippee! Velan, I'm gonna have to wing woman for you. I'm gonna have to do this. You can't stop it.
If you. Okay, listen. Out of character, right? If Esther were to go up to this man, I wouldn't be mad about it.
Yeah, exactly. It was exactly what I was going to do. So I'm glad I had your consent.
Alright. Oh my god. I'm back in panic mode. Okay. I'm staring at you and staring at the wine bottles.
Oh, great. Good lord.
And like looking back at him every so often.
Esther's gonna she's gonna sigh a little bit. She's gonna pat Velan on her shoulder. I know, it could be considered rude of me to do this, but if you want to talk to him, I will. Alright? You have to reunite somehow.
And she shudders.
Well, Crowman,
Well,
Yes.
I have evil wing woman business to do. I'm going
I'm ready.
to walk up to the bar
Mm-hmm.
right next to Tyrannel.
You walk up right next to this man who you do not know the name of. What do
I
you do?
probably should have asked if
He does not
I'm going.
like do anything. He's just there. He has a cup in front of him and he's drinking.
I'm going to take a seat next to him.
Can I help you?
Yes. Hi. Hello. My apologies. Let me introduce myself. My name's Esther. You are?
My name is of little consequence.
Well,
it
then
you
what shall I
want?
call you? All right. I will cut to the chase. You are friends with my buddy Velan, are you not?
I'm sorry. Who is that?
I'm rolling insight on. I'm rolling insight on this dude. He is not getting away from this. He can try, but he is not escaping this.
My
Alright.
heart just
All right,
broke.
so I have a question. Does a 15 insight tell me anything?
A 15 insight tells you that he is very composed and the normal
Mhm.
signs of a liar that you look for are not present on his face.
Oh my god.
What about his body language?
Tells you nothing.
I see.
He's very stoic.
So, who
Looking
have
at him,
you come
I'm looking
with?
at him. Uh, the drow woman, white hair, gorgeous outfit. The one you just helped. The one you just saved from choking. You two seem familiar.
What's your goal here? Are you trying to get me
Maybe.
to break? That I'll afford you some level of insight into my actions? What do you seek to gain from this?
Tyrannel looks at you with the one eye that you can actually see.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very intense look.
Oh my god.
Well,
Wait.
I suppose you could be right. I do seek to gain insight. I seek to gain insight about why you're playing dumb.
If me and that drow are familiar, as you would suggest, what do you hope to achieve with that?
Tell me your name and find out.
Very well. My name is Tyrannel. But you
Lovely to
might
meet
know
you,
me
Tyrannel.
by a different name, a title perhaps.
I can do titles.
I am known as the Scourge of Marquilo.
Esther,
Scourge of Marquilo.
can you roll me a history check?
Sir, yes, sir. +7, maybe. That is a dirty 22.
There we go.
Oh no. Haunted tavern music.
It's okay. I got this.
Tyrannel,
I've got this in the bag.
he's looking at you and my god. I need to click away from the spectator chat right now. And as he's about to say something, the same Kenku waiter who brought over Velan her glass of wine comes over and he says something. Velan, what does the Kenku say? Velan, can you?
Oh, do you want me to say it?
I want
or-
you to say it because a Kenku perfectly mimics what it hears.
Shit. Okay. Please give this drink to the handsome gentleman at the bar with the jet black hair.
Yeah, Esther, you see Tyrnal blushes at that immediately.
Ah, so I was right. You are familiar.
Okay. This will gain you no advantage in our fight.
What fight do you speak of?
Tyrnal kind of looks quizzical. I'm sorry?
What fight do you speak of? I had no intentions of fighting you, if that's what you thought.
Oh.
Tyrnal kind of like, shit. He kind of like has this dumbfounded expression on his face, like, oh, and he immediately like clears his throat.
I'm sorry. I thought that you were here on business.
Well, I am here on business. I'm sorry, I just interrupted you.
Sorry. Wrong kind of business. I have not had to deal with this sort of business in quite some time. What was your name?
Well, my name is Esther.
Good to meet you, Esther. You are right, I am acquainted with that drow over there.
Cut to Velan, who has like steam coming out of like every hole. He's
And
like defeated.
Well then, if you wouldn't mind, Scourge of Monkilo, I would like to invite you to sit with us.
Oh my god.
very well, I'll take you up on that offer.
And
Wonderful.
Tyrnal follows Esther back to the table. He sits down, and Velan, you are face to face with him once again.
Hello there. Velan,
Hi.
you might not recognize me, but
She opens her mouth to speak, but then she doesn't say anything. She holds back something.
you knew a boy named Scourge quite a while ago, yes?
She just nods her head.
Well, I'll tell you, behind that mask of a myriad of issues is me, Tyrannel.
Tyrannel.
And it has been quite some time.
There are tears welling up in her eyes. I thought you were dead,
Well, I
but when
decidedly
I
not.
heard that Tanger had seen someone of your description, I knew I had to come back to see for myself.
Well, I am certainly glad you did. And if
Esther, you can tell that these two are very not socially adept at navigating a situation like this. That much is very evident.
Mm-hmm.
Tyrnal sort of shifts and he says,
Velan, the first thing I'd like to do is apologize. I acted in a very irrational manner the last time you saw me, and unfortunately, I had made the worst decision of my life.
Oh. Her expression, like, softened when he said that.
So, if you'll permit me, and he reaches a hand across the table, I would like to spend the evening catching up.
She hesitantly puts her hand in his and nods with a slight smile on her face. I'd like that very much.
Good. Esther, if you'll excuse us.
Of course.
And Tyrnell gets up from the table, places a couple gold, and leaves with Violin.
Phelan does like the look behind the shoulder and it's like mouths thank you.
Yep, thumbs up, girl. Thumbs up.
Ah, Vimderol, the city of love. Apparently, I didn't plan this, but there's so much
You weren't
romantic tension in the air.
You weren't ready, Crow. You weren't ready.
I don't think I am. I truly do not think I am. Regardless, Esther, you have successfully been a wing woman. How do you feel?
Yippee. 10 out of 10. I did my job and I did it well.
Excellent.
All right.
And as Violin and Tyrnell go out into the night, not night, nope, close to night, beginning to be night, as the sun sets, Luca, Violin, Esther, and Amdar all think about their meeting that they have planned. Lots of new opportunities,
And they have
lots of
something
new
planned for us.
adventures. And as you all think about what's to come ahead, that is where I'm ending session tonight.
Guys, I have the most brutal accidental love triangle planned. You weren't ready.
Oh my god.
Don't tell me
I
you're
don't
gonna
think
get
it's
in the
that
middle of a
accidental if
lane.
it's on purpose.
Don't get in the middle of a lane and
In my defense, Xavier's the one who suggested it in the first.
Oh my god.
Not the love triangle, not the love triangle, but Luke and Amdar. I'm making it better.
Luke and
I'm making a love triangle. I'm making the love triangle.
This is the tea here. Oh my god. This is a romance campaign.
I should probably stop.